again with a
Oh,
special
of course,
guest.
of course.
You
Yeah,
already
yeah.
We
know.
back at it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We back at it again with the white vans.
Right.
Got my
Go,
comfort right here. What's good, Nay? What's good, Nay?
She got the whole
Yeah.
gang up in
Got
here.
your
ET up in here
comfort.
too. Ain't it a school night? Nah, I'm playing.
What's good?
Playing at the school night is crazy.
Yeah,
It's
boy,
Saturday,
yeah, boy.
pretty
What's
much.
What you
Which-
mean? It's school for you, dog.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Yeah,
you
you
guys
right.
class in the morning?
You
Just
right.
wanted to pop in and say what's up before I go to sleep. I appreciate that, Cam. Appreciate it.
Duh.
Mhm.
But what's going on, ladies and
Repping
gentlemen?
the
It's your
Demon
boy,
Slayer,
Official
you know.
Crispy.
Right.
It's your boy, Official Crispy. I'm here with my boy. Why does it say that you're Official Crispy, dog?
That is a good question. That is a good question. It does, indeed.
You. He is now the
Identity theft
official
is
crispy.
Identity theft
a
is a terrible
crime.
thing.
It's a
Terrible
crime. It's a
thing.
federal offense.
I don't know why it does that.
Distortion. Hey, wait.
It's
Oh,
a
Distortion's
federal
here.
crime.
Hey, what's good?
Well, what's good, Distortion? How you doing, dog? What's happening? So, welcome back to another exciting episode of HSV Shadows presents FaithXFandom podcast. Here we like to talk about all things anime and all things otaku culture. But we also like to talk a little bit about Jesus along the way. So if you want to stick around, you can learn all things good, just in general. Tonight, again, we have a very, very special episode talking to you about the legacy of anime as a whole. Starting off with everybody's favorite topic, Dragon Ball, as it pertains to the big three.
No, it's
Okay,
Dragon.
okay.
Say it right. Say it right.
Huh?
Dragon Ball
Huh?
Z over the big three. Everybody's scared to say it.
I just
Yo.
said Dragon Ball as it pertains to the big three. Do you know what that actually means linguistic? Never mind.
No.
Never mind.
Absolutely not.
Before we get started, y'all already
He
know
about
how
to
we
stir the
get
pot
down.
already.
Already.
We y'all already know how we gotta get down. We gotta give God all glory, honor, and praise first. So we gonna pray the stream in. For those of you guys who want to join us in prayer, by all means, just bow your heads. If you don't, that's okay. That's fine. We still love you. We still care for you. We still appreciate y'all wanting to be a part of this community. We just ask that you guys respect what we got going on. You feel me? That being said, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for bringing us through another week, and we thank you for giving us another opportunity for us to gather together in order to fellowship and have some fun. As we discuss all things anime tonight, God, we just ask that you just join us in this conversation, have your presence just be felt with us, and let your love flow through us. In Jesus' name that we pray. Amen, amen,
Amen.
and amen.
Amen. Hey, where's y'all
All
go?
right.
Where's y'all go? Damn. Y'all done
6
skipped
foot
that.
silverback to ooh.
He is 6 foot. Don't say that.
Ooh.
Don't give him extra inches.
I mean, he is 6 foot though. Like,
No,
6
he
foot
isn't. He's
flat.
5'10" at best.
Dang, that's crazy.
Oh, he had to get his
Nah,
ring back.
yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't hear at all what we said, so it's okay. It's fine.
That's good.
It's okay.
Hey,
I
okay.
apologize. It took longer than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like 2
Oh, you
seconds.
don't gotta apologize.
It was like
Just
15
as long as
seconds.
You ain't here.
You know what? 15 minutes can save us 15% or more in car
10% or
insurance.
more
It's
in car
okay,
Yeah, that's true.
it's fine.
So yeah, well, so
With that being,
yeah, go ahead.
wait, what? No. Go ahead. You
I
gotta
said
say
no. I was about
that.
to ask you to catch you on speed. What did you say? Hey, Remy. So to catch you on speed. Oh, what's up, Dark Knight too? As for what I missed in the 20 seconds.
Hey, you ain't
You ain't
nothing
missed
happened.
nothing, bro.
Y'all done
6 foot
yeah.
silverback. You ain't missed none.
He's 6 foot. Don't say that.
Ooh.
Don't give him extra inches.
Right.
Y'all better not snitch either.
She's looking
Yeah,
like
he ain't
Yuji
missed
once
none.
episode 1
Oh
ended.
no. Was they? Oh, they was talking mess in it. That's what it was. Chat. Let me know. Let me
You
know,
were not
chat.
fucking
Nah,
with
hey, look.
Somebody
we
gonna
ain't-
tell.
We ain't saying
Nope.
none, bro.
Yeah,
We
I
ain't
know
saying
y'all not
none,
gonna say
man.
that. Somebody in chat gonna tell me.
Yeah.
Watch. Somebody gonna. Yeah. Somebody.
Nah. Nah.
Somebody gonna snitch.
3 buttons
Okay,
in the HSV army. Yep.
Yep.
3 pillars. One guardian. Let me put respect to that name.
Right. But yeah, like I said before, we are here for Dragon Ball Z over Big 3. So this is a podcast where we finally put to bed any problems distinguishing why, in my opinion, of course, it's not. You gonna find out very quickly what side of the argument I'm on. why DBZ is above the big three. Now, for disclaimers, if you don't know what the big three is, the big three of anime are 3 anime shows during the late 90s or the 2000s, right? That pretty much popularized anime in America, right? Because of the rate that people were consuming these animes. So,
these 3 animes put up numbers unlike anything seen before or after in such a short period of time. That's why they are dubbed the big three. They're not subjective.
No, at all.
These are facts.
We did not name.
They are not subjective. Let's just get that off the bat. They are not subjective by any means. So if anybody tells me Demon Slayer is part of the big three, I'm shoving my size 13 size boot up your butt, corkscrewing it sideways. That's graphic. My bad.
Was very graphic.
Oh wow, yeah, you explained that pretty detailed.
My bad. Anyway, the big three are
that's the truth. Naruto, crazy.
Bleach, and One Piece.
There we go.
And again, it's not up for debate. Okay, all right.
I feel like it could be.
All of you. It's not.
It's not. It's not up for debate.
It's really not.
I mean,
it's not
up. What's up, Kaylee?
The way you said the names kind of made it seem like it was up for debate.
Not at all.
We're not gonna
We're not even gonna
right now.
We're not gonna entertain this at all.
You said Naruto, Clorox, and Mid Piece. Gotcha.
I'm gonna smack you, bro. I'm gonna.
Told you. This is how it happens every time.
Hey, look.
He already started. We ain't even started the debate yet. You know what I'm saying?
We making a debate. We forget the current. We gonna make a new one. No.
See what I'm saying? But yes. But yeah, that's what today is about.
It's good.
Today we're gonna just ignore him, right? And we're gonna get back on topic, right? DBZ being over the big three, right? So again, it's not too hard to kind of figure out where I end up on this side of the argument.
For sure. I want to ask you a real quick clarifying question.
Who, me?
What do you mean exactly when you say DBZ is over the big three?
So DBZ is not a part of the big three because DBZ is a precursor to the big three. Okay,
understandably so, but that's my point. What do you exactly mean when you say over?
Over the big three is that there would be no big three without DBZ, right? And that DBZ has had more of a cultural impact, right, on anime than the big three has. Point blank, period. And what's up, Peaches? Sorry.
Peaches.
And that if we're gonna rank it in terms of overall credibility, it would be DBZ and then the big three, period. And anybody that says like that I'm wrong, right? You probably just knew, or you just not paying attention. One of the two. So if you're really, really young, if you like ETH, I'm never upset about it. No, that's not even. I wasn't trying to be funny when I said that. I was not trying to be. But I'm just saying because all right. See, look, you know what? I don't even want to finish now. His truth trying to make it seem like I was legitimately.
No, finish it.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just meant I get it. Dragonball dropped in 1985, I want to say. So it's like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's, 40 years ago, right? So of course somebody who's, 15, 16, right? Yeah, of course to them, the show is ancient, right? You know what I'm saying? So I completely understand, right? Why they don't really know why this show is as iconic as it is, right? It's like the same thing with like Studio Ghibli. Right, being is a big of a deal. It's still going. Don't get me wrong. But what studio? I just read that comment by Peaches. But it's like Studio Ghibli. What Studio Ghibli for standalone anime films, right? So that's kind of how I'm kind of spinning this whole argument. Now you can let me know how you feel.
So. Christopher, you want to go or you want me to go?
I mean, he said a whole lot of stuff, which again, I'm not gonna argue with it, but he didn't really define or answer my question at all.
You just, okay. I thought I answered your question. What?
No,
please-
no,
yes.
you said a lot. Again, you said a lot of factual things and
Yes.
everything like that. But I guess
Yes.
for the sake of this particular argument,
Yes.
in terms for like how we are defining over,
Yes.
what is are we just gonna tackle this in just different lenses then as we go throughout this discussion and whatnot?
I feel like
man.
you're trying to ask a question, but you're not asking the question. You can just say it. Do I think that DBZ is better than the big three? I feel like that's what you're trying to.
That's not at all what I was trying to
Okay,
ask.
all right,
I mean
okay.
that can be a question.
It seemed like that's where you were
honestly
going.
that can
That's
be
not
a
a good
question. We
question.
can discuss
It
that.
didn't- it seemed
I
like
mean,
that's
you're
where you
right.
was
It's
going.
not.
It's
You're
not a
right.
good
It's
question.
not. Personally, no. I'm just saying that can be a question that could be potentially asked. No, that's not what I'm simply asking you to define what you mean by over is. It's just like, and so again, you gave me a lot of good examples as
Yes.
to why somebody could state that DBZ is over the big three.
Yes.
And I'm asking if we just having this discussion to just go further into depth as to all of those different previews that you gave us.
Cool.
Is that what we're doing?
That's fair. So I will sum it all up by saying that DBZ, in my expert opinion, right, that DBZ is more iconic than the big three. Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
I don't think anybody can argue that.
Well,
But
people will
tonight
try.
we're gonna sure try.
I'm about to say.
we're gonna sure try tonight, guys.
Yes,
It's fine.
yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the
Gotcha.
follow, ET. But me, honestly, if you would have asked me over, like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna give Dragon Ball the credit where it's due.
Of course.
As Shaw said,
Yes.
there would be no big three if it wasn't for what
The-
Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball paved the way essentially for the big three to be able to run the way that it has, which ended up making it to being One Piece has literally been going for more than 30 years. Naruto continued itself into Boruto.
Yep.
Bleach continued itself into Thousand Year Blood War.
War,
They
yep.
all have made great. They all become a staple anime for people that are within the anime community, and it's even holding true to the name of the big three, even to current day.
All right.
However, in regards of saying it's over, it's like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, because you also saying DBZ
Mhm.
is kind of limiting it, because you
Okay,
also have
sorry.
Dragon Ball.
I
Oh,
I
no,
meant
no, I understand,
DB.
yeah.
I meant Dragon Ball.
Just
Yeah.
Dragon Ball over. I understand,
Yeah.
but just just overall though, even considering Dragon Ball as well,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if the term over is the right word to use. If
Could I
that makes
say?
sense.
Could I say like ranked? Okay, and I'm gonna do this military, right? So I feel like this is a good way.
Oh.
What, in your opinion, who is the most elite military fighting unit that we have here in the U.S.? What would you say, for example?
Oh, like if I were to list it's like each those four
Not
Dragon Ball
branches,
ones.
like specialty units, for example, right?
Oh, like
yeah.
just actual like military wise.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm a horrible person to ask in regard to that because I'm probably going.
Yeah, talk.
Okay, good point.
I was
Here's-
gonna say, I was gonna say, it's like what we talking like the Black Ops division of like the Marines or something like that.
yeah, stuff like that, Navy SEAL, whatever you got, right?
Gotcha. It would have to be some branch of the Marines because I know
That's
the
a-
Marines
that
are
they-
divided up into
Okay,
different.
cool.
I was
So-
gonna say SEALs, Marines.
Yeah, cool, right? So prime example, right? People think that the Navy SEALs are ranked the highest as far as like overall eliteness, right?
Huh? My bad.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Fallen.
looking at it. I'm looking at it too.
Fallen.
I'm looking at it too. I'm looking at it
Hold
too.
on.
I'm looking at it too.
You
Dub.
Damn.
just gonna
Dub.
blindside me with a 5P?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
You
was-
know what?
I
Do
ain't
it again,
even-
Fallen.
Do it again.
Do it again, Fallen. Do
I was
it
like,
again.
and it was
I
funny
dare
because I was
you.
talking.
I
I
dare
was like, you seeing what I'm
I'm
seeing?
missing something real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead
Yeah.
and grab this.
She did do a hit and run. You
Copy
right.
this. No, hold on. She made me realize that I forgot.
Now I know what
something.
truth looks like.
There
Yes,
we go.
Woods. This is
Yep.
is the truth right here.
This is the truth.
And no, we're not talking about Paul Pierce.
No.
She
Yo,
made me
that's
realize
why
that I forgot
I
to put
never-
my Twitch alerts on this.
I never put that together until you just said it.
I
that's
appreciate
funny.
you falling for the gifted subs. The
Yes,
5.
that's so funny.
I appreciate that.
Hey, that's
But to
cool.
continue,
Never.
but Sean, to continue my 5,
What's
I
up,
didn't mean to
Calypso?
interrupt you.
What's good, Calypso?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that caught me off guard seeing that falling done hit me with a 5-piece blind
You
side.
saw me stop too. I was
Yeah.
like,
Mhm,
I was
mhm.
waiting on
Yep,
you to
yep.
see it. I was like,
Oh no, I noticed immediately. It made me also notice I forgot to put my Twitch alerts on this too. So
right,
like,
right.
I messed up.
But yeah. But prime example, and I'll make this right. Everybody thinks that the Navy SEALs are ranked the highest, for example, right? Yeah.
Excuse me. Fallen.
Ooh,
Fallen.
ooh.
Is this what we're doing?
This is
Yes,
funny.
sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Oh
Yes,
my
sir.
goodness.
You thought you were
another
safe?
5-piece?
Oh my goodness.
You thought you
Nah.
were safe?
Hold
She,
on.
Dog.
she don't care.
Another
about
5-piece?
nothing. Yep. She
Hey,
did too.
wait, hold on.
You thought you were safe, big dog? Come on. Now.
Ooh.
I'm a guest. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Nope. Mm-hmm.
You
She's
supposed
an ant?
you supposed to get a
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh.
Well.
Wait a
You
minute.
you ain't know they
Yo,
were part of my
Kaido
Shadow
with the
Shinobi
10-piece? Hey, yo, hold
You
on,
ain't know
hold
they
on.
were part of my Shadow Shinobi either, bro.
There we go.
I know. But like
You ain't know that?
but Shard and I Shadow 5 and you don't actually Shard, you want to do a mission today?
Huh?
What?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Are
yeah.
we doing that?
Look.
Are we doing it?
Y'all already had y'all chance. New Year's is past, dog.
Oh, we did forget to do New Year.
Oh, we did. I was
Y'all
working.
already had y'all chance.
I was working.
Peaches.
Oh no, look, I was too. It's all good. It's
You
all good.
supposed to be on my side. You supposed to be
But
on my side. What are y'all doing?
Kaido, I appreciate you.
It's
for
a
the
new
10
day.
piece.
Falcon.
You done
Falcon.
blindsided me more than. Wait.
Falcon.
Whoa. Falcon.
Falcon.
Get crispy.
Falcon.
Yep. Get crispy.
Falcon. I sweat Falcon.
Shard. We got. Okay. You led the way.
Yeah.
That's all I needed
Yeah.
to say.
But back on topic though. Yeah. So
Y'all gonna make me angry.
Today is a new day.
who was it? My name is Crispy. Ah, dang it! I changed my name back. I forgot.
That's crazy.
All right. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
I apologize. It was a bit
I'm
brash.
always on your side, crazy.
It was a bit brash.
I may
will admit
be
that.
a guest, but I'm still a viewer.
Okay. It was a bit brash. I apologize. I
Mhm.
was out of line.
Yep.
I would also like to say that it's kind of fun to do this because you guys can't really do anything back to me. I would like to-
Exactly.
So.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know we got crispy.
Yeah, told you.
When,
So, yeah.
when there's-
Mm.
Oh wait.
No,
he
I
has
could
a
just-
game
I could
for
just-
me.
No. I could just contact a couple of folks and everything like
Hey,
that.
chill
Try
out.
and
Hey,
relate
come
his
on, man.
position.
Come on, chill
I'll
out.
take a flight. Say I won't.
Wow.
Say, bro, say I won't.
I know you
Say
will.
I won't.
All right, relax, calm down. I was just joking. It was
That
truth.
means you want to.
Truth is the one who told me to do it. I like to point that out, so I already know why.
Oh wait, no.
I'm a
was gonna say
victim.
I
though.
told you.
I'm
to
a
do it.
victim.
No, hold
I'm a
on.
victim.
Since when do you listen to truth though?
I was listening to truth.
You-
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
lie
was
again.
listening to truth.
Lie
I
again.
do. I was
No,
Lie
listening to
again.
truth.
whoa.
That's what we
Lie
always
again.
arguing.
Lie again.
Because I'm
Lie
listening to what's
again.
coming in. Because I'm listening to what's coming out of his mouth. That's
Lie
what we
again.
argue so
But he
much.
listens
Lie
to me.
again.
Yeah, I do listen to him.
That's not no
right?
lie. He listens to me, but he doesn't mean that he agrees with me.
No, 95% of the time I don't
See?
agree with him. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, all right. Back to the
So-
point before I actually
Okay.
have an aneurysm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Today is a new day.
But yes,
Lord,
back
forgive
on
me.
topic. Back on topic.
Oh yeah, back on top.
Yes.
But
Where is my
Go ahead.
sunshine?
but again, at least in my how I look at it, if we're going into aspect of like saying like story wise, just because like there's very different things like the influence that Dragon Ball had.
Yeah.
Very like it's just not really any like there's very few that can actually compare to it. Only
Yeah.
one I probably could say that would be like Pokemon.
I'd say Pokemon would be close
I'd say-
to it. Yeah,
I'd say that's the only
only
thing that
one.
could really have.
Naruto's
like, a-
close though. Naruto's close. I mean, you remember all them kids running in
with the
school,
whole
the
pandemic
Naruto
and
run?
everything too.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
It was a lot of them, bro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One Piece is
like,
getting there
again-
now. One Piece is getting there now. Like
One
people
Piece
showing
is
up at
like-
the Olympics and
No, I
doing like
wouldn't-
Gear 5 poses, not second gear poses and all this
It's
stuff.
One Piece is very, very tricky because it's a very, very long anime. I mean, don't get me wrong, all of
It
them
is.
are long anime.
Well, it was
But,
only the first
a
season.
but a lot of people see One Piece as like that one anime that's just it's way too long, so I'm not really gonna invest my time into it.
Kristen, you don't have your
then
last
at the
one?
same time, they'll put themselves into Naruto and carry themselves into Shippuden, and then even then they'll go through Bleach, and it's just like, then they'll say One Piece, it's too long of a show for me to indulge in.
Here's the thing. Well, and we're getting a little bit off topic, but I will say this: whenever I meet somebody who says the One Piece is too long and they watch college football, I immediately don't take them seriously. You know how many games?
Isn't college football?
You know how many games there are a year? Like, if you are up to date on college football and you say One Piece is too long, you're a liar. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I want to be up to date on college football. I'm like, bro, I got bills. I got a job. Right? I got a family. Like, bro, no, ain't no way in the world, bro. So I immediately don't believe you. And I'll take it a step further. If you watch NFL, you know who's up to date, and you play fantasy football, and you say One Piece is too long, you're also a fraud. Yeah, fraud. Calling you out. You're fraud. Okay.
So no, I'm not gonna say nothing. That's
Go ahead.
No,
Go
go
ahead. We
ahead.
here
Say
now.
what you
We here
want,
now.
Chris.
Let it out. Let it ring.
That's gonna open up
Colin.
a whole can of technicality worms. And
Oh, she going
everything.
crazy,
No,
man.
we chilling.
Appreciate you with the
Chilling.
30
Nah,
bits,
she's
homie.
still chilling.
You done.
Okay,
you
so
always catch me
to
up.
get back
Appreciate
to
it.
the actual question and everything like that. So true. Just recap for me one more time before we actually dive into it. How would you define over in this sense? In this sense,
I'd say over as in the fact of like One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto wouldn't be able to do what they did, but they wouldn't be where they're at if it wasn't for Dragon Ball paving the way.
Yes.
okay. So
Again,
you're talking
they
more
all-
so along the lines of like cultural significance then.
And impact.
Because
Okay.
like, and because even on top of that, like, it opened the door for people to enjoy anime overall. Like a lot of people can say that Dragon Ball was one of their first animes that they see.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is fair.
So like, just in regard to that, and just in that aspect, then opens them up into, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, because those were, especially in the 90s and 2000s, that's what was really like making a name for itself. Don't get me wrong, there's more shows that were, but like, you gotta take into consideration, like, those are really the heavy hitters of that time, like the like big three heavy hitters. So like,
I agree with it.
and don't get me wrong, they all made a name for themselves. I'm not discrediting any of those shows at all, and I'm not discrediting Dragon Ball at all either. But like, if we're being honest, they all ran due to the assistance and aid of Dragon Ball.
True.
But to also now say that they are under Dragon Ball
Yes.
is like,
That's fair.
it's very, very
That's fair.
tricky.
I don't think it's tricky
if
at
you would
all.
say.
I don't think it's tricky at all to say that Michael Jordan, right, is the GOAT and he revolutionized the NBA. And then we got cats that came after him, right? Kobe Bryant, like LeBron James, who, and again, they didn't play in the same era. That's not their fault that they played in different eras. Like DBZ didn't play in the same era as
the big
Naruto,
three.
One Piece.
I get you.
Okay, what? I don't know what we're just. You know what I'm saying? It's like you was a youngin, and I was running the league right before
I
you.
can get that.
Yeah, you
I
feel
can
me? Like
understand.
I don't really see why that's so bad to say. So just, I was reading. I thought he wasn't going to say anything because Falcon just kind of just came in and just laid that punch in. So I was like, so we just not gonna address that. But yeah. A whole lot of furious typing there. But just for Christmas.
Swear up there! Swear up there! Let's go.
Whew. I'm sorry.
Look, I might be tired, but I'm ready. Let's go. Swear.
Yeah, I don't want no problem. I don't want no problem.
You got it, Crispy.
Yeah, you got it, Chris. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. You got a big dog. I don't want no problems. Yeah.
Look,
You
I'm
ain't
just-
say nothing but a word.
Okay.
I'm a guest.
Yeah, right.
How dare you treat a guest like this?
Right.
Like
Oh my
this.
goodness.
Hey.
Yeah, but he likes
Appreciate
it,
that, Falcon, for
so
that.
it's okay. You know
Huh?
what I'm saying?
Oh, I was like, oh, I appreciate that, Falcon, for the follow. And Falcon with the 30.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon, you've been going crazy with the bits.
She's been going crazy.
20
for real.
bits, 30
Okay,
bits.
first and foremost, Fallen.
Huh?
I thank you for the 30
Huh?
bits.
Huh?
Get him, Falcon. Get him, Falcon. Get him.
Hey, Falcon with the 10.
Get him.
Oh, I'm just the. Get Shard.
You can't get me.
I'll disclose his cash app.
also-
right now.
Also,
you don't have
Chef.
my cash app.
I'll
Now
disclose
you know
it.
this?
Hold
You
on.
know what, Crispy? Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Keep playing with
Why
me.
can't it ever
Keep
just
playing
be-
with me?
Why can't it ever just be team dark skin versus light skin? This is why they always win.
Why
Because we
gotta
can't
face
stick
the light
together.
skin?
Okay?
Oh my word.
Alright? I was on your side. I was on your side.
Shining right now.
You was the main one
Okay.
trying to bully me. What you talking about?
No, I wasn't.
Ooh. Wait, whoa.
Okay.
Hold
Was it
on.
you that
Nah,
started
Shard
this
and I
whole-
teamed up.
Heavens
Subs on
no.
my head.
Heavens no.
That
What's
wasn't
good,
you that started this
Falcon?
whole thing. All right.
Who-
No, because I said it.
I bet.
Shard, you see how you trying to throw your name in the dirt when I was on that
know,
said, oh,
right?
let's do
I'm
it.
telling you right now.
Hmm.
This is actually how the whole Drake and J. Cole beef.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
all
might
that
have
started
said it,
right
but
here.
he
It was
fired
just
the
like
first
this.
shot. Nah. You
Yeah,
might have
I'm
said
right
it,
now.
but he fired the first shot. No.
hold on,
So
hold
what
on,
we
hold
not
on,
about
man.
to
I was just here. Just drinking my
Anyway.
wine. I'm just trying to have a nice
do.
relax.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Let's bring it
Hold
back.
on, let me count
Okay.
let me count the days on how long it's been since Black History Month 2020.
All right. Yo, you know what's so crazy is that went on for like a year and a half, and I was like, recently it stopped. I was like, thank God. And then
No,
she was
it
gonna
hasn't.
fucking
No,
bring
it
it back.
Oh no. I mean no, I stopped
it
counting the
hasn't.
days
okay,
before
thankfully.
before the end of November.
Oh my
You
goodness.
hit me with 30 more biddies?
Yes, it was
Oh my Lord.
crazy. You know what I'm
Let
saying?
it go.
Oh my goodness.
Calypso.
Who's that?
Calypso, you know.
Oh, what's
I
up,
had to-
Beyblade?
I mean, I lost
Beyblade.
track of the counting of the days, but
Yeah.
like, you know,
And then
I always gotta stick true.
You
to
were
that.
pretty consistent for a while, though. Yeah.
I was. Oh no,
I
trust.
remember that.
I was. I remember
in any
I went
case.
as far as like 250, 270. I think I went to like
It was crazy.
almost
No,
290. Yeah.
it was crazy. And then, of course, you said it recently, right before New Year's.
Oh,
That was
I
like-
hit 300s. Actually.
Yeah, you did. You
It's-
said it like right before New Year's. And I was like, well, of course you know how many days it is now because it's the New Year, so it's not that hard. Yeah, so, yeah.
Alright. So, back to what we were saying.
Oh, yeah, way off topic.
Oh yeah, right.
So,
Not bad.
ADD.
Dragon Ball just being
Today, well,
in terms for cultural significance, that's what you're defining as being over
Oh,
the
okay.
big three
I thought that was-
exemplifies, right?
yeah, get caught.
Right?
Dang, my cheeks are red. Damn, that's crazy. That's the before Truth says something outrageous again. Fallen.
Well, I mean,
Crispy done turned off his camera.
he's having a he's Crispy's fine, folks. He's just
Crispy's just having a moment.
he's
right
having
now.
a moment right now.
Mhm. But to continue, on, Sean. Yeah.
I don't even know.
So,
what
like,
he's saying.
So
we were yeah. Yo, Peaches, I was just about to say that too.
Wait, huh? Wait, hold on. How many? Oh, yeah, he got Crispy bad. Yeah, catch him, get him. Crispy gonna need a minute.
It's okay. But yeah, we were yeah, we
Should've got
were
beverage before.
dang it, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we
The fact of just carrying on, just don't even know how to continue this. Fallen. 33 bit.
Okay. Yeah, there he is. He's fine, folks. He's fine, guys.
Yeah, you done did like what 55 bits within the past like what 2 minutes?
Something like that, right?
I appreciate it, Fawn. I appreciate it. Calypso Crispy got hit with a 50 piece.
Yep. There goes. Everything's fine. But yeah. We're gonna let Crispy reboot, and then as we were saying, what the fuck was I saying, bro?
What the fuck was I? My dude.
But yes, you do, Crispy.
I don't say that at the same time.
Yep.
Nah, Crispy, yeah, you are blessed.
Yes, you are. But no. So what is right? Back on topic. All right, I'm cool now. Yeah, but back on topic though, right? So I'm saying that, like I said before, Mike, Kobe, LeBron played in different eras. That's all I'm trying to say. So with that being said, right? Okay, DBZ, right, or DBZ, whatever you want to call, right? You know what I'm saying? It just was what it was. It was like, hey, Mike came in, revolutionized the league. Same thing with Dragon Ball. It just kind of is what it is. So yeah, I can
agree with that.
Yeah, so I
like
can
Dragon
say,
Ball did that within its time. Like, well, not saying that it really fell out of its time.
Yeah,
like,
because
it's still prevalent to this day.
It's still prevalent to this day. Now the question is, if Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach had have aired right during that time frame, would they be what they are today? And we don't know because the creators of One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto took so much inspiration.
200 bits? Hey, why are you deciding to blindside me?
And I guess, and I guess,
I appreciate it, Paul.
And I guess this is what this whole discussion is going to be about, simply because of the fact that we don't necessarily know. The only reason why I asked my question in the first place was simply because the term "over" is just a little too vague. But because of that could lead into different, just looking at the script that you sent out, it can branch off into different lanes of discussion in terms of what we actually mean. Right? I know the biggest point where we can definitively, without question, and if anybody tries to argue this, they need Jesus. The biggest talking point as to why we could rate just the entire Dragon Ball franchise above the big three in a sense, simply because of cultural impact and everything like that. As you said, Dragon Ball to this day is one of the most requested franchises. It's always in demand. Even newer fans and everything like that, despite the shortcomings of Dragon Ball Super.
Yes, of course.
Even the newer fans and everything like that caught on and latched on to the magic that was Dragon Ball. And again, that same magic has been going on since, 1985?
1985?
Right. And again, Dragon Ball is constantly in demand, right? The latest thing that we saw in the news in terms for Dragon Ball was rated that, like, if Dragon Ball was to just 100% end in its totality, whatever, it would quite literally crash the economy in Japan.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
I can't really say that with any other known anime period, right?
No.
But that's how you know that Dragon Ball is kind of in there for the long haul. Right, and that's again just one example of a definitive way of why we could rank the Dragon Ball franchise above the big three, right? And there are different avenues that we could talk about in terms of that, right? Like, we can go into the aspect of what makes Dragon Ball so compelling, right? We can go into the aspects of like the worldwide impact, the global impact, right? There are cons all over the world, and I bet you about half the people that go there to cosplay them dress up as some sort of Dragon Ball character.
Well,
even to this day,
and
right?
Wait, hold
You
on.
know,
Before I don't want to interrupt you. Fallen,
Sorry.
I appreciate that for the 10 bits. I noticed it. I didn't want to interrupt what Crispy had to say, but I just, since there was an opportunity available, I had to give that acknowledgement. I appreciate that, Fallen.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
You were saying? My bad. My fault.
Right. No, I'm just spouting out examples of like reasons why we could say that Dragon Ball is over the big three, right? It's an undeniable fact at this point. It's just, I guess the point of that I'm trying to make is like, how do we want to tailor this discussion? That's the main question that I want to actually ask to the both of you guys.
Oh,
because there are plenty of different avenues that we could discuss, right? So how do we want to tailor this question?
So for me,
Like, where do we want to start?
yeah, for
picking
me,
at this topic?
I made it very clear. So just basic talking points is that the first one, right? And agree or disagree. I agree with the prompt that DBZ is over the big three. Maybe you guys don't, right? Maybe you just need more evidence. I don't know, right? And that's why we're here. But, you know, first talking point is the fact that DBZ essentially created the blueprint for the majority of modern day Shonen Jump anime, not just the big three, right? When we look at, right, power scaling, right, transformation specifically.
There it is.
Right?
There it is.
Transformations, people. DBZ was one of the first. There was anime before where people had abilities or powers or something, you know what I'm saying? But almost every single anime after DBZ, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, right? Afterward, we'll say Dragon Ball Z because Dragon Ball Super came much later, right? Almost every single anime, major Shonen Jump anime, adopted a transformation of some sort where they were at the base level, right? And then they would get stronger, they would transform whether through electricity or some type of aura that you could see, whatever, right? And if it hadn't been for DBZ, that wouldn't have happened. Let's also move on to the fact that the tournament arcs kind of became pretty, you know, prevalent, right? It just kind of is what it is. In whatever way, shape, or form. Naruto, for example, right? Very, very prevalent, right? With the Trinity exams, for example, which is arguably one of the best arcs in all of Naruto. I don't care what anybody says. And even Hunter x Hunter, right? With the Heaven's Arena,
I was literally thinking Hunter x Hunter. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Exactly. Fairy Tail, right? Still underrated
Grand
anime.
Magic Games.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Right?
Fairy Tail is goated. I ain't gonna lie.
It is. I love Fairy Tail. I don't know why people be trying to act like Fairy Tail's not them. Like, just stop playing, bro.
I got a spin-off question. I got a spin-off question that I want to ask you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a spin-off saying later on.
Okay.
Everything like that. When we get further on and discuss, I do have a spin-off question that I want to ask and everything like that. Specifically, it pertains to anime in the generation of the big three on forward. So unfortunately, Dragon Ball is excluded from this, but like you said, Dragon Ball is in its own category altogether.
Yes,
right?
true.
So and that's fine, right? But that's all I wanted to say. But go ahead.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, do you want to consider the War Games in Danmachi?
Hey.
You know, that was a hard arc, bro.
Hey, no. If you know, you know. Okay?
That was a clean arc, bro. Yo, my boy came through with Argonaut at the last second. Yo, come on, bro.
Look, I'm telling you this right now. I know the English name for this show is very off-putting. I promise you.
And it don't make no sense.
I promise you, if y'all
it does make
haven't
sense.
seen,
Let's be honest. The name
is it wrong to go pick up girls in the dungeon yet, aka Don
How many times?
He never was picking up girls in the dungeon.
Ryu?
Exactly.
Venus?
He never picked up girls in the dungeon. He never picked up girls in the dungeon.
Venus, he picked up in the dungeon.
I'm just saying, if y'all haven't seen Don Machi, bro, if y'all haven't seen Don Machi, y'all need to get on that, bro. Y'all need to get on that. I'm telling you that show is.
He picked up Vina in the dungeon.
He didn't.
I mean,
you know what, Truth? You're trying to rage bait me, and
no. I mean, he picked up, but
you know,
let's be honest.
When you hear that title and you hear pick up, you're thinking of trying to like.
Look at me. Look, I'm looking at you. Look at me. Look at me. Crispy.
It's light skin behavior right now. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. That's what you're doing right now. I'm telling you right now, Crispy. It's light skin behavior every single time. Okay, stay strong. Stay strong. This is not the Drake effect. This is not the Drake effect. Stay strong, Crispy. Okay, don't look at him. Okay.
What was going on?
He about to bite his bottom lip right now. Okay.
So,
Don't look at
like
him.
I said,
What about Lily?
Said,
Hey, what about Lily?
No, hey.
Lily in the dungeon.
Yo,
He
that's
didn't pick Lily
crazy.
up in the dungeon.
He did not.
First and foremost, no, he didn't. First and foremost, again, season 5.
I'm not saying he picked her up in the dungeon.
You need to stop.
I'm
You have
saying.
Season 5.
Remember the- remember
hey,
the
look. The War Games arc, season 5, and what? Latter half of season 2? No,
It was season
2. Season 2.
2. I think it was season 2. Yeah.
No,
There's 2
was it
instances
season
of
2?
War Games.
I
It
think
was season
in
2.
There's
It
two
was season
instances of War
2.
Games.
Yeah.
No, it
season 2 was
wasn't
the
that
first
season
War
one.
Games.
It was
Remember?
season 2. Oh yeah, it was the first. Yeah, it was the first part of season 2, I think.
Yeah, so there's 2 instances of War Games. One first half of season 2, the second one season 5, and oh my word.
I still gotta watch it. I gotta watch
Hey,
season 5.
hey,
I'm gonna watch it,
y'all
bro.
need to go watch it. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Y'all can hate me now, thank me later.
Why is it not on
But
Crunchyroll?
yes, you're right.
Gosh.
It is on Crunchyroll. I think it's just season 3 forward.
The first 4.
Oh.
It's just
I don't
the first
think they-
4
I don't think they
seasons
have
on,
it.
are on Crunch.
Yeah,
the
but
first
see,
4
season
seasons
5
are
is
on
not up there.
Crunchyroll. Season 5
Oh, no,
is
they don't have
exclusively
season
on
1
High
on
Dive
it.
because High Dive spent that money.
They don't have season 1. They don't only have it starting from season 3.
Okay, I might go and just get
Oh,
that.
okay. I got you. Then,
this
yeah,
week.
High
It's
Dive,
very,
High
very
Dive, High Dive did spend that money to get Don Machi exclusively. So it's like, you have High Dive.
Reasonably
then-
so, because if you see
Cool.
Don Machi, you know why they
it's-
need to spend that money.
Chef's kiss.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. That being said, continue your thought. You said anything about like the tournament arcs and everything.
Right. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, the tournament arcs on forward, right? The rivalries, Goku and Vegeta, right, were the blueprint, right? They may try to shape it differently in different shows, right? But Naruto and Sasuke, right? Gon and Killua, like it just kept going more and more and more. Gray and Natsu, it just kept going, right? It was always the same thing. Itadori and Megumi, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they kept doing it over and over and over again because it works. Because it works. What's up?
Wait, hold on. Before you continue,
Yeah.
are we going to overshadow Dragon Ball with Goku and Piccolo?
Okay, I don't really.
That was the effort. That was the original rivalry.
I'm just
It
saying.
was.
I mean, but
again,
it's-
don't
but
get me
and it
wrong.
was more. And it was. Let me
Vegeta and Goku are more.
correction.
It was short.
Correction. The original rivalry was
Was
definitely
Goku and Krillin. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That then morphed into, and this is after Demon King Piccolo was defeated and
There we
Piccolo
go.
Jr. came out
Piccolo
to be,
Jr.
right? Because Demon King Piccolo, he was just a straight up op
Yeah, he
from
was.
the jump.
Yeah,
he was just an op.
Yeah, he had to go.
Piccolo Jr. was more of a rivalry type of deal, right? But
Well,
yes,
I feel like
I
when
see what
I
you
say
mean.
Piccolo, it also kind of ties into the next thing also as well.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, but yeah, that's the main reason why I thought of Piccolo. But yeah, you
For
are
sure,
right.
for sure.
Krillin also was another rivalry, the initial rivalry within Dragon
For
Ball.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Krillin was an op low key though, for real. He
Yeah, for a bit. Then
for
they
a
got
bit, nah, he was an op. Yeah,
yeah,
I
100%.
wouldn't say he was he was annoying. And you gotta remember they were kids too. They were like what,
I understand it. Like he was an op
14
as a
or
child. Like,
something
bro.
that. Like, yeah, you know, I don't know, man. Like, and maybe because they're adults now, right? It's like I can't really give it to him in that way. Now, I will say though,
Krillin got some act right the first time Goku saved his life. That's when it changed.
I think you're right. Yeah, now I think you're right. Because I remember that fight when they were fighting in the tournament, and they were like kind of like playing around. Oh, look how strong I got! Look how strong I got! And then Krillin was getting mad, right after. You remember after he pulled his tail and it didn't work, and then Krillin was like, "Oh, what's that?" And then he hit him with a mean right hook too, yo. And Goku was like, "Yo, what the fuck is your problem, bruh?" And Krillin was like, "Hey, this is a tournament," and then it just went from like playing around to like vicious. They was not playing games after that.
Krillin was an op low key for real, and then his life got threatened, and then Goku stepped in.
After the time skip, I remember when Krillin came back, and they hadn't seen each other in 3 years. Right, you're right. He was so happy to see him and everything. So
Krillin got him some act right at that point.
He did.
realized at that point,
He did.
Goku is not one to mess around with.
He was like, "Yo, this is my guy." You know what I'm saying? He did this and that. Right. So yeah.
But, no.
People Schneider said about how many side quests we've been on.
No. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, but we're on. I'm kind of triggered
But
because
see,
he just like called me out.
This also ties into the point for the overarching question
Yes, it is
about
true.
today's episode. It's just like, yo, like
I appreciate you for the
yes,
21 bits.
the statement,
Appreciate
the argument is Dragon Ball, the entire franchise is over the big three, right?
Yeah.
And now we're just discussing reasons why, right? The simple fact that we keep going off on tangents of Dragon Ball
Keeps
right?
proving my point right now.
Keeps proving the point because then, like, from these tangents, you actually get to see these same things popping up in some of your favorite animes today.
Yes. Yes. But
Keep
yeah.
it a buck with you, right? Like, Dragon Ball, the entire franchise is the modern day iteration, the modern day storytelling of Journey to the West, right?
True.
You take everything from Journey to the West, you put it you put a little modern spin on it, you get Dragon Ball, and then from there, it's just the hero's journey with different DLC packages attached to it.
Falcon's still at it, huh?
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're
Tell
not
me I'm
wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't disagree with at all. I don't think that was a troubling statement whatsoever, right? Yeah. So that's why, again, so this is leads me to, the conclusion of, first talking point, which is the fact that DBZ or Dragon Ball Z, whatever you want to do, right, created the blueprint for modern day anime, right? So you can't really say that the big three would be on par over Dragon Ball when Dragon Ball was the first to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, wait, but I can give a perfect counter argument to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't say this is because of personal bias. Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves.
Okay, what about it?
Genshin Impact was the first one to really of a gacha game to really make a big name of itself. And then Wuthering Waves.
Oh my god, bro! I should have known you was going.
No, hey! Hear him out. I get where he's coming from. And
the same.
faction.
No, I'm just, but no, just general.
Here's my next point.
I'm quiet.
Here's my next point, and you can hate me for this. You can badmouth me off stream, right? We can talk about this man to man for my next point, bro.
He said off stream.
We can square up. Like, if you gotta see me, you can see me.
He said you're not gonna disrespect me on my own podcast.
right. But I understand where he's coming from.
Falling with the 30?
Genshin
I appreciate
Impact
it.
was the original blueprint, right? And Wuthering Waves and took it to supersede it.
Yes.
I personally think, at this point in time, that One Piece is on par to do the exact same thing.
And
Eventually, One Piece's fame, notoriety, and its impact is going to supersede Dragon Ball. It is not there yet. Let me preface this right now. It is not there yet. But the moves that One Piece has been making consistently for the past 30 years and everything like that.
right.
It puts it on a track. It puts it on pace to be the one member of the big three to kind of accept the torch from Dragon Ball, if that makes sense.
Okay.
If it continues on the trajectory that
I can see it happening. Yeah, I can see it happening.
right. So
Totally.
so like I can see where he's kind of drawing those parallels where Wuthering Waves at this point has for sure took the mantle from Genshin Impact, right?
Yeah,
One
agreed.
Piece is on par for the course to do that exact same thing, especially now that One Piece has become a seasonal anime. There's still a lot more story to be told and everything like that. Depending on how these seasons actually plan out and whatnot, One Piece could probably do it, and probably sooner than we think, right? And I love, and look, One Piece is not even my favorite of the big three. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. My favorite of the big three is my boy Naruto and his entire Hokage journey story, bro. Naruto is my ride or die, right? But I can acknowledge the moves that One Piece is making.
Yeah. Yeah, I say Naruto.
One Piece is not even my second favorite. That belongs to Bleach. But again, I can acknowledge the moves that One Piece is making, right?
Yeah.
Like its impact is bigger than Naruto and Bleach.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, I get it. I get it. But yeah. So okay, moving on to the next talking point though. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Say what you want. Goku is essentially the face of anime worldwide. Second coming in now would probably be Luffy. Luffy's getting there. It's not there yet, right? But Goku is essentially the face of anime worldwide, right? When people think about anime, they're like, oh, is that like the guys, even if people don't know anything about it, oh, the guy who like screams a lot and his hair turns yellow, they like, even if they don't know, they know who Goku is, right? They all know Goku, they know Super Saiyan or Kamehameha or whatever, right? Yeah, so like that kind of like level of recognition, like I said before, it's like, it's really worldwide at this point, I would say. Like I've been to, I think 40, I was probably like 44, I think I've hit 44 countries in my travels, right? And there's every single one of them, what I would do is I would like usually hit a gym somewhere, right? And I'd be working out or whatever, and I usually got some anime gear when I'm working out. Every single time, people knew, no matter what country I was in, whether I was in Brazil or Poland, you know what I'm saying? Like I had some anime gear and everybody knew who Goku was specifically from one of my hoodies or shorts or, you know, weightlifting belt every single time. And so while Naruto and Luffy and Ichigo were still iconic, don't get me wrong, and I would say Luffy's probably the closest right now to getting there, as we're starting to see that around the world as well too. But
unless we get some, like I said, unless we get some like and I mean crazy reveals in the next couple of months within Two Blue Vortex regarding Naruto and everything like that. Right. No, Luffy got that unlocked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, out of the running unless Tite Kubo, or however you say his name, please forgive me, unless he actually decides to continue the spin-off series talking about the next generation of Soul Reapers.
Yeah.
That he hinted at the end of his story.
You didn't know about that?
Are we gonna completely?
Bleach has been.
Oh,
you're an anime only though, aren't you?
No, I'm saying in regard of, are we gonna completely forget about Pikachu?
Well, that's not the argument, though. That's different.
No. He is right. That was gonna be my my next statement and everything like that. Don't get me wrong. However, and maybe this is just like stateside. Maybe just stateside folks are just kind of just like not all there when it comes to wrinkle brain activity. And I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible, but like not a whole lot of people like understand that Pokemon is an anime.
That's true.
Right? Don't get me wrong.
It doesn't even come up.
If anything, Pikachu is arguably one of the most iconic characters. Period. Point blank. Period.
He probably is the most iconic over Goku.
That's my only thing.
Yeah, not a lot of folks recognize that Pikachu is, and all the Pokemon is part of the anime community.
Like I don't have any qualms against your statement on Goku, but like the only thing that's really like having me fully like sold to it is just Pikachu.
Yeah, I can see that. Right. I mean, but Pokemon's a baby anime. Let's be transparent about that. It is. Pokemon's a baby anime. It is.
What constitutes?
Well,
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
How many people can say that within their childhood that they done played the Pokemon games, and even adults to this day?
It's a baby anime though. It's a baby anime. It's like, okay, cool. We need to make sure that our kids get their vitamins. So, and I'm kind of probably showing my age right now. So then your parents gave you some Flintstone chewables, right? You know what I mean? Is it still a vitamin? Absolutely, right? There we go. You guys little Flintstone chewables. Now, that being said, right? If you see my grown ass walking around and I got my multivitamin, right? And you see Flintstone chewables, you're going to look at me. You're going to look at me a little bit, right?
you right now.
But
I'll tell you
no,
right
but
now,
there's the Pokemon card game, there's the Pokemon video game, and then even on top of that, we're not gonna act like Pokemon 2000 was just a baby movie and people
saying that I
gonna act like
enjoyed it.
when
This is
Ash
not me
turned to
saying
stone,
that everybody likes baby
when
anime.
Ash
What is
turned
the?
to
I don't understand
stone,
why I'm being
you
like
shed a
attacked.
tear.
Did you just?
You-
Don't ever do that again. But I saw that. But all I'm saying is that it's a baby anime. There's not a whole lot of depth to it. There's not a lot of progression to it. Okay, there's not. Okay, and if it was a short anime and that we didn't get a whole lot of
But
progression.
have you seen the manga? It's not a baby. If you've seen the manga, it's
Well,
not a baby.
I hate it when people do this. We're talking about the anime. You know we're talking about the anime. How many people have read the hands in the air right now in the chat? How many people have read the Pokemon manga? Okay,
No,
hands in the chat.
I'm just
Put a 1 in the chat.
I'm just making that point though. Like if
I said I don't know.
Right. I will say this. I will discount that that simply because the Pokemon anime is just a giant series of OVAs. I will say, had they actually followed the actual source material, which is Pokemon Adventures, right?
Yes.
For those of you guys who actually do want to check that out,
Okay.
had they followed the source material for Pokemon, I don't think for Pokemon Adventures, I don't think Pokemon would be considered a children's television show.
Probably, but hey,
Let's put it like that.
Here's the
Pokemon
problem,
Adventures.
though.
I will say,
we'll
Pokemon
never
Adventures,
know.
they be catching bodies, bro.
But here's the thing: we'll never know. Just like Boruto,
Right.
for example, Boruto manga solid, the show trash. So we can't go based off that. All we got is what's on TV right now because the primary source of anime consumption is what? Is the shows. Is the shows. And when people talk about Pokemon, they're not talking about
Pokemon has a manga. Again, if you guys want to check
look,
out the Pokemon
they didn't even
manga,
know.
Yeah, if you want to check out the Pokemon manga, the official Pokemon manga, right? Pokemon Adventures is the main title. There are several different spin-offs. There are a couple of different spin-offs that actually echo the television show, don't get me wrong. But if we're talking about the main storyline of Pokemon, which actually follows pretty closely to the games, actually, you're going to want to look at Pokemon Adventures. I highly recommend because it's solid, right? But the one thing regarding Pokemon that regarding the Pokemon anime, I think it does get such a, how does Shaw put it, a baby anime rep simply because of how it's so overly censored, right? And it's definitely a show that's catered to children. Had Pokemon kept out with its more serious undertone, which, again, in my opinion, right, this is a little side tangent, one of the greatest seasons of Pokemon in all of Pokemon, right, was the brief little stint between the end of Diamond and Pearl and the beginning of Black and White, where Team Rocket actually became serious, right? And if y'all know what I'm talking about, the undertone regarding that little brief period where Jesse and James were actually catching dubs and making stuff happen, the entire tonality of Pokemon shifted, where it became a much more darker show. I personally enjoyed it, right? But because Pokemon is, again, a show geared towards 10-year-olds, let's be real, the ratings of it, when it became a darker show, kind of tanked a little bit, so they had to bring it back, right? Honestly, I would love to see a more serious Pokemon TV show. I think that would add a lot more depth to the characters that we've all seen, and that would provide a little bit more nuance to the entirety of the Pokemon story, which would give it a little bit more credit for the sake of this particular conversation. I digress.
Okay.
Okay,
right,
tangent
but
over.
let's get back on track because we definitely we went on a Pokemon tangent.
We did. Okay, but look, let's move on to the next topic.
But overall, to circle it back though.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. We can easily agree that Goku is like one of the biggest names, if not the biggest.
Yes.
Within the anime industry.
Yeah. Period.
Yep. Yeah,
to the point
100%.
where
Like I said,
I can say, yeah, it can be argued that he is the face.
Oh,
It can,
man.
like, very much so. Not again.
Engineer. Oh, that's a good question.
Huh? What was
Chat.
chat? What's
That's a good
155?
question, and I want to.
That is a good question. That is a good question, honestly.
I want to answer that right now. We'll get to that later. We'll definitely set
we'll
aside.
table it. We're gonna come.
Put a pin in that.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Put a pin in that because that's a good question.
Ooh,
But yes, as of right now, Dragon Ball still got it. Goku is still the most iconic anime character known worldwide. Monkey D. Luffy, especially his Gear 5 face version. That's a second. That's in second place, but the margin is still far and wide.
Yeah,
right. The margin is still far and wide.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So the next point. What makes Dragon Ball the franchise so appealing? And that we're talking about its simplicity, which honestly, I can kind of agree with. Sometimes you don't need anything. Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good brain teaser. I enjoy a good puzzling story that keeps you in suspense, keeps you guessing, right? Again, a lot of folks credit Death Note because of that, right? I personally credit like animes like Erased,
Attack on Titan,
Full Metal Alchemist,
right? Steins Gate.
Full Metal Alchemist, Steins Gate, right? I credit animes like that. Jobless Reincarnation, right? I credit animes like that actually like keep you guessing.
I wouldn't put Jobless Reincarnation.
I put Jobless up there.
It's still good.
It's not an anime that spoon feeds you everything from the jump. No, that's a complicated show.
I mean, it is. It's not. I still wouldn't put it. All right, never mind. Sorry.
Would we put Freeman in there?
But like, yeah, honestly.
And that. What are we talking? Are we talking about substance, or are we talking about complexity?
Complexity.
Because like when I think of complexity, I think of like brain teasers, right? Like when you're trying to figure stuff out, and then substance, right? When there's a very solid and overarching theme where they're trying to teach you something. Like you're not really trying to figure.
Kind of one and the same though.
Well,
like,
complexity, I perceive as.
I was gonna say, like, in some cases, they could be considered one of the same. Right?
Okay.
I would definitely like lump Freerin into that, right? Because the show isn't what, especially with its super slow beginning and everything like that. Freerin is a show that's not at all what it seems to be.
What does that mean? Why does first of all, I'm a Freerin, and if you can't tell, I'm gonna stand up so you can see. Right now, you see my shirt. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that? You know what I'm saying? With the Freerin shirt and everything.
I respect it. I like it. I'm here for it.
But I don't understand what that means when people say that.
Well, like so in simple terms, right? When you first watch Freerin and everything like that.
Wow. Okay. But since that unfortunately cut short, my thing is with Freerin, like
he'll be right back.
Just Freerin, but the complexity of anime, it's just like I see that as it's something that'll really.
Curse is a dick for that. Curse of the universe said nah.
But like me, when I think of complexity of anime, it really causes you to like actually think. Like it's not just like something you can just consume and like you're gonna understand everything just by what you see.
Right.
Like it is more that meets the eye in regard of a complex anime. It's not only just about the things that they say, about the things that you see. There's like undertones and everything that you really got to read in between the lines. To just like.
So and really I think
get that understanding of it.
I think
that's where I look at that's where I see complexity, and that's why I put Freeman into the mix. Yeah. Like, but if you're saying in regard to brain teasers, yeah, you can say that Freeman's not a part of that, because you're not really getting brain teasers like that from Freeman. But it will definitely cause you to think, and it'll definitely cause you to like actually have to like use your brain and like actually like think about it and understand what's really going on. Like they're showing things, but it's not everything that you're seeing is what you like Like there's more you gotta understand with it. So like it can very much so get over people's heads. Another one, Attack on Titan. There's a lot of things that kind of like they foreshadowed it, and if you really weren't like, if you could have been paying full attention, but if you didn't notice those little things, you would have never noticed. Like an example, perfect example. They've teased the if y'all haven't seen it, spoiler warning in advance, but like considering the fact that the anime's finished, I feel like there's been opportunity. Right. They teased the Flying Titan. They teased everything. They did. Foreshadowed it. They foreshadowed Aaron when he was talking to his dad in the very, very beginning.
But you didn't know what you were.
But you exactly. So it's like in regard to that, it's like it's very, very complex. You gotta know what you're looking for, and if you were to watch it again, there's even more things that you can learn from watching it. Which that's why I give it like the title of like it's a complex like.
No,
show.
I guess so. Right, I wouldn't call it simple, but I wouldn't. So I'm not saying it's not a complex show. I'm just saying I wouldn't put it in the same level of complexity as like shows like Death Note, for example, right? Like Steins Gate or stuff like that, right? But it's a deep show. I'm a free renegade.
But that's where my like when I say complexity, that's where I'm really getting at.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry
everything
is technical.
Go ahead, brother.
Sorry, sorry about the technical difficulties. For whatever reason, the Riverside just decided to kick me out of the call, so that's cool.
Right.
But it's okay. It's fine. What was the last thing you guys heard me say?
Oh,
you were in the middle of your point about talking about complex anime.
Yeah, about the fact that Frieren would be considered a complex anime and stuff, and essentially, and like I was saying, like I was essentially trying to say that I just wouldn't put it in the same category as like shows like Death Note or Fullmetal Alchemist as far as complexity goes. Still definitely a complex show. Nobody's arguing that. It's
right.
Just,
Right. But getting back to the point and everything like that, right. One of the things that makes Dragon Ball just so iconic, it doesn't necessarily need to be a complex show, right? At the end of the day, let's just be real. The show is about throwing hands. All right.
Good hands.
And I think at the core of it, everybody can just get behind it, right? Yeah. There are definitely different flavors of them throwing hands and everything, and especially with the show about being like a martial arts movie and everything like that. Mm-hmm. There are a couple of different undertones, which I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball drew a lot of inspiration from a lot of Bruce Lee films.
100%.
Confirmed nor denied or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But like, the undertones are there, right? It's just a simple narrative, to set up like this one dude being super strong while the main character isn't as strong yet, but he progressively trains in order to get as strong, right? Cool. And then whoop-de-doo, they end up fighting, and the fight is just long and drawn out and everything like that, right? But the choreography is so good, like we don't really care if like they saying stuff like, your feet smells like chicken butt or something like that. We don't care. We just like to see the haymakers left and right? It's a simple show, right? And sometimes, it's good. It's good to just shake things up and just watch a simple show. Right?
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. It's like we got shows like Dragon Ball, and again, another really good show like Dragon Ball. That honestly, I really wish that it got a chance to thrive. God of High School. At the end of the day,
I was gonna say
the show is about throwing hands.
So really quickly, before I forget to, Shanair, I did see your comment. Really quickly, I would consider Vinland to be a very deep anime. Okay, I wouldn't really call it like complex. I would call it more of a deep anime. You know what I'm saying? Especially as you get older and you understand how you evolve as you get, when you understand how you change as a person, which is exactly what happened to the main character.
Wouldn't that, by definition, consider that as complex, though?
No, I wouldn't. And because the reality is, and that this is not me trying to pull the card, right? The old man card here, right? But it's a natural progression, though. It is. Nobody wants to talk about that. And prime example, Chris.
Actually,
hold on. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about, right? But like when you look back on some of the maybe stuff that you wrote or kind of did it when you were younger, and you kind of a little bit cringe on it now, right? As an adult, we all have that moment though. We all have that moment.
Why you gotta bring that?
I didn't say what it was though.
Why you gotta bring that? You did. Out of all the examples you could have used, you just had to bring that one up.
But like, look, I was gonna say, so to kind of touch base onto what you were saying. So you're saying ultimately in regard of depending on when you're viewing the show, like what stage, depending on the stage of life that you are in for watching a certain show, can kind of take the complexity out of it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, and nobody wants to talk about that. The reason why they make certain children's show is because it's easily digestible for people in that age bracket, right? And the older you get, the more you mature, usually the more your tastes tend to change. That's just a fact, right? And so when we call things more complex, right, it's like you're saying it, but usually it's because you're from the outside looking in. And then as soon as you get on the other side of the fence, right, you're like, oh, this actually really isn't all that crazy.
Not that complex, yeah.
It's really not that complex. It was just I was really young, and then this was my view on the world. It was like super small, right? And then as soon as you get old enough, you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of normal.
You have that broader scope of,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Also, to kind of also touch base on what Crispy was saying, another show, and a very, very popular show at that in this day and age, Solo Leveling.
I mean, sorry.
True.
I'm sorry.
Not too
True.
like, again, as of this current point in time, not too complex of a story.
Oh.
It has action. You can track the story so far of what was shown. You can track the story. It's not like there's any undertones, anything underlying that you really got to read in between the lines to understand.
Right.
Again, as I'm saying, as of this moment with the anime.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's coming? Shut up.
But
now, if you read the manga, that's different. If you say Solo Leveling is my favorite from the manga, that's different. Or manhwa, right? Whatever. Don't come after me. But you know what I'm saying? But that's different. But if you just talking about season 1, season 2, you don't. It's about to be some AOT shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know what's about to happen.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
To touch base on Dark
saying.
Knight Dragon's comment. Are y'all ready for Hitman Reborn reboot based from the manga itself?
I gotta catch up, man. I'm so behind, bruh.
Yeah, I gotta actually fully indulge into that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Dark Knight Dragon, but like,
For sure.
it definitely is gonna be something that's on my radar now. I definitely will give that a good look.
For certain.
But just trying to circle back around, touch base. But for Dragon Ball, we can easily, and like we don't really have to like argue it. Well, there's no argument for it. Even though Dragon Ball was simplistic in regard of story and everything, easy to track, easy to understand, it still had its moments of where there was very, very where it had its tension and emotion within it. Perfect example.
Sure.
You had Gohan when Android 16.
Ooh.
And then him. Hey, I appreciate the follow, Ghost Ranger. Appreciate it. But like when Gohan and Cell, like when they were going at it, and then Cell destroyed Android 16,
right,
and how that snapped Gohan and made him go Super Saiyan 2. Perfect example. The Buu arc, when he was Majin Vegeta, or would you consider that Buu arc, or would you consider that?
No, it's Buu arc.
Like Lord Baba.
Majin Vegeta,
okay.
that's the Buu arc.
That's still the Buu arc.
But like
the Buu arc.
Yeah, but when pretty much with him and his pride like breaking and everything, and then him pretty much like sacrificing himself, that in itself, that another thing where it just like heavily it was a very, very emotional moment. You didn't really have to although it wasn't like there wasn't too much complexity. You can track it. I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe not everybody, but like a large majority of the people that are watching were able to understand it and see that how Vegeta was as a person, knowing how he is. He's a very, very prideful person. You're able to track that.
Yeah. And again, like I said, there's nothing wrong with a simple story. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
You know, it's just really just keying into what your audience is actually absorbing as they continue your story and everything like that, and just playing on those couple of emotions. We don't really need a whole lot as consumers, despite popular belief. We really don't.
Really don't.
Right? And
yeah.
that's and in Dragon Ball, all of Dragon Ball kind of proves that. Like even non-anime watchers and everything like that, they kind of know, without necessarily knowing the full story and everything like that, they kind of get it. Like they like, we mentioned Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z and anything like that, they get it. Right?
Yeah.
It's not anything, like they understand, and they don't, and that's perfectly okay. And I think that's why Dragon Ball in and of itself, just that franchise, is just so good. Honestly, that's just the like simple way to put it. It's just, it doesn't need to do a whole lot. It didn't do a whole lot, but yet it captured the hearts of many generations.
I agree. I agree.
What's up, Ghost Stranger?
Yeah. Oh, got the Sharingan going. You know what I'm saying?
But Matsukami, I see it.
Right. But yeah, but even and like just kind of keep, you know, the conversation kind of rolling too. I think one of the biggest differences, and still one of my favorite differences, is the fact, you know, that DBZ in general, DBZ, right? The scaling is insane, right? When we talk about how much like stronger these characters, and in retrospect, right? It also makes sense because they've been training longer in general than, you know, the other main characters, of course, right? Or antagonists in the, you know, other, you know, shows like Naruto, you know, Bleach and One Piece, right? I mean, Luffy's like 19, you know, Naruto, even in Boruto's what, 33, right? And then you got Goku, who is, I think he's supposed to be 50 now. Technically,
he's like in his 50s.
He's like in his 50s now.
He's like
right?
50s.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know. But yeah, I also like the fact that, and it goes back to like what you were saying as far as the simplicity of it too, right? Just the transformations, right? Like what happened, right? Which is super funny if you don't know this. When we talk about transformations, right? Goku going Super Saiyan, for example, right, was actually born out of laziness. Did you know this?
True.
True. You know this. So the OG manga panels, right, were like hand drawn for everything. So whenever you, and again, this is 1989, 1990 roughly, right? So whenever they had to draw Goku, they had to physically color in his hair by hand, right? Now, blank space, right, equaled negative, which equaled blonde, right? So Akira Toriyama has openly admitted, right, that the reason why the transformation ended up being blonde was because it was easier to leave it blank, which automatically equaled blonde. Now, the earlier, you know, Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan was definitely much lighter, right? And people have made the argument, it doesn't fucking matter, right? But that's actually what was the actual main cause of it. And he openly admits that he did not know, right, that was going to revolutionize anime, right, in that one sense. In fact, and a lot of people don't know this, the longest running anime fight, still to this day, is Dragon Ball Z. And I checked recently. Dragon Ball Z, Goku versus Frieza, right? I can't remember the actual, somebody can look it up. But it was the longest running fight. The reason why was because when the show had aired, right, it became so popular. People were consuming it at such a crazy rate, and that Akira Toriyama hadn't written anything past the Namek arc. He hadn't written anything. So they stretched out the fight for as long as possible to give Akira Toriyama time to write something past the actual Namek arc, right? Which showed that even he didn't realize what he had at the time, right? Why is Ichigo bigger than Goku?
Facts.
It's just a picture, bro. All right, fine. You want me to...
We'll
Okay,
go
cool.
back to it.
Huh?
Hmm?
Yeah.
That one better.
Let me see. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Actually.
Dang.
Yes, it is. Yes. Thank you.
Naruto not even in Sage mode. Please.
Goku's in base mode, so you know what I'm saying? Who cares?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
They're all playing around right now. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda like that.
Ichigo's not Bankai, right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
No, though. Goku don't got that big a forehead in this.
Yeah, anyways. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm saying, right? As far as that one. And then I will also say that, like, the DBZ world is stronger, right? And because of, I feel like they did such a good job of making sure that you knew it though, right? From the early seasons, right? Where, you know, Vegeta fighting Goku, for example, and him saying like, oh, you can dodge this blast if you want to, but then the Earth's gonna blow up. Or even just the scene before you even got there where, you know, Vegeta is floating outside in space, how, I don't know. Right, then they explain that. But, you know, it's floating outside space and then takes 2 fingers and blows up a planet, right? For example. Even, of course, right, the legendary, unforgettable, right? Super Saiyan was good, don't get me wrong. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, where he was simply powering up and the entire world felt it, right? And here's the thing, I'm sure there's iterations of the other anime characters that are stronger, but I don't think they did as good of a job as Dragon Ball Z did of making sure that you knew how much stronger these characters were than everybody else in their verse and other verses, conversely. That was a lot of verses.
Can I give a rebuttal?
Go ahead, brother.
One Punch Man.
First of all, oh, you just want to start shit today, huh? You just wanted to piss me off.
Hey, look, say what you want. Say what you want.
Okay, cool. We gonna do it? We gonna do it?
Unfortunately, he does have a point.
Okay,
where
come on.
In the sense,
I got time.
In the sense that One Punch Man is also doing a pretty good job of like really showcasing the strength between different characters and whatnot.
It's in a comical way. In general, for some
I understand. Hey, look. I understand that One Punch Man is a gag anime.
It is.
Itself. I get that,
yeah.
Right? But the fact of the matter, it still stands, dog. Like, you can definitely tell when there's a character that should not be on the screen trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? Right? And that's
you can tell when a character is out of his league.
Yep.
In what he's up against.
Yep.
Facts. Right.
Especially
during the fight with Saitama versus Garo.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm not
saying
anything. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah. Oh, well, no, True was talking. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, that was it. I was just
okay. Yeah.
That was my rebuttal.
Cool. Now me getting off.
Naming that.
Mine. First of all, One Punch Man is a gag anime. Let's just start off with there. Are there serious characters in there? Absolutely. Right. Number 1. We don't actually know how strong One Punch Man really is. We really don't. Even in the manga, right, we get a little bit of a taste of it, though. We have no clue, though, how strong, like, One Punch Man is. For one main reason. And do you want to know why the reason we really don't know how strong Saitama is? Because we don't understand his power. We don't understand where it comes from.
No, you're right.
Nobody understands that.
I wasn't arguing that.
Okay, cool.
That it was, yeah. But it was more just, you were saying that. Yeah. I just gave an example.
Okay, cool. You just wanted to piss me off. Got it.
Damn right.
Yep. You did a good job.
I don't understand how that. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna. Moving on.
I made a good point, but also at the same time, I did my main objective.
Right. Okay, cool.
Moving on. Like I said, moving on. What were we talking about again?
I appreciate that, Speed. Appreciate it.
Oh, about DBZ. So I was just pretty much talking about DBZ.
I mean, if we were to touch base on the last thing before we move on to the next talking point, how Goku chose growth over comfort.
True, always, every single time, which is admirable, I guess. Except that he neglected his family. And responsibility.
Well, you also got to understand, he took the responsibility of making sure that whatever put the Earth in danger, he was strong enough to be that line of defense.
Yeah, but he also died though, and went and trained for 7 years while he was dead, and then the world was still in danger.
I mean, to be fair, but that didn't stop him from improving himself.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that, but
I'm just saying.
you know,
and also, I was gonna say is like, yeah, he might have died and everything like that, but the world did have like a period of time where it was at peace with him being gone.
And it also did give him an understanding.
It was, you're right. The day he came back, though. The day he came back, though.
That's what I'm saying. Stuff popped up. He showed up again. When he showed up again, stuff popped up, dog. That's.
Yeah. But you also got to understand. Also, another thing is it also put into into perspective for the others. Like, hey, you can't just always rely on Goku. There's gonna be times when Goku isn't here.
True.
So,
and that's what like the original storyline was supposed to do. Like Gohan, everybody knows that Gohan at this point in time. If y'all don't understand this, something is wrong with y'all. But no, at this point in time, we should all understand that when Goku died at the end of the Android Saga, the original storyline, how it was supposed to go, was that Gohan was supposed to essentially carry the mantle of the world's strongest at that point in time. Gohan was supposed to fill the shoes that Goku had left. Goku was never supposed to come back.
Right.
The only reason why we got Goku back is because we, the fans, demanded it from him.
True. I wanted Goku.
So it's just like if everybody's like, oh, Goku should have just stayed dead or anything like that. Well, tough. It's your fault that he's back. So like,
not wrong.
It is what it is.
Not wrong.
Like,
yeah, you're not wrong. But
Dragon Ball was the one that kind of pioneered the concept of strength invites challenge.
He really, it really was though. And then I would say, moving on to,
yes,
I would say one of the main talking points, which I feel like we've been kind of touching on, would be how DBZ shaped the culture and not just fans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think DBZ did a really good job of influencing anime, but it also influenced a lot of like you've been saying, Crispy, like Western television, video games, bro. It's not a secret that I'm a huge about the games. You're right, Shanair. It's not a big secret that I'm a huge like gym head, right? I love working out. That's my thing. That's what keeps me from cussing people out, right? And I can't say how many times I've had.
Heaps.
I've had a Dragon Ball Z hoodie.
You still cuss me out.
Yeah, I
was gonna say, hold on.
Cussing some people out. Okay, it would be more, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
But it's crazy how many people that I know in the gym are like, especially like in my age bracket, that are 35 to 40 years old. They're like, yeah, like everybody wanted to look like Goku and Vegeta, right? And that's one of the main reasons why they kind of got into the gym. And of course, were there other animes that followed suit along the road? Absolutely, right? But nobody did it like DBZ did. You know what I'm saying? These guys look like they were just carved out of marble. It was crazy, bro. And just the motivation of the training arcs. It was iconic, man. And then even like the internet memes, right? Like me and you were having a DBZ meme argument a few days ago, Crispy. You know what I mean, with like instant transmission, Kamehameha Goku and everything too. It's like it's just those little things are just like everywhere in today's society, right? What are they gonna do with Black Frieza since you've been training for 10 years? How powerful is he? Good question. Is Black Frieza canon?
Black Frieza is canon according to this Dragon Ball Super manga, which is actually coming back and being reanimated much more like much more like Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where Full Metal Alchemist was just a whole series of OVAs, and then Brotherhood was the actual adaptation. That's what they're doing with Dragon Ball Super. I have no idea what the new series is going to be called though, but I can't wait for that because the Dragon Ball Super manga, fire.
What about the Moro arc?
Like I said, the
Yeah,
Dragon Ball
yeah.
Super manga,
Yeah.
fire,
Oh, no,
bro.
for sure.
Hey.
For sure.
Come get you some. In the wisest words of RDC World 1, plot, heat. Life lessons, amazing. Or something like that.
Something like that. I remember
Life
that.
lessons,
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the idea.
Yeah. Character development, heat. Plot, amazing. Life lessons, come get you some, bro. Dragon Ball Super, when it gets reanimated, dog, I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of the most must-watch animes out there. I promise you. Promise you that. Anyway, go ahead, continue.
But yeah, and then last talking point, right? This is not supposed to be disrespectful, right? I know it's gonna come off as right. The big three, great. Naruto, probably. I think probably all three of us probably agree that Naruto is probably our favorite out of the big three. I would say, right? For whatever. I think it's that they did
I definitely wouldn't say Bleach.
Yeah, calm down.
Hey, bro, look.
Yeah, calm down, bro.
Stop off with the.
Yeah, man, we can pause this discussion and jump you, okay?
We just need to have like a whole anime debate about why Bleach deserves its spot amongst the big three.
Yeah, for
like
real.
we can do it.
Stop playing. No, it's the way you said it though, bro. I ain't really like the way you said it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, you let the whole internet trick you into thinking Bleach was mid, bro. Come on,
it was not.
Bro. Put
It
some
was
respect.
like it was top tier. Top tier. Okay.
Who's the internet?
All right,
Look,
okay,
as far as
cool.
I'm concerned, I succeeded with what I wanted to do.
Okay. All right.
And that was to get a reaction out of both of y'all.
You did a
about
good
Bleach.
job.
Hey,
All right, you did a good job.
I do my job well.
Look, I'm just
cool.
saying, I get triggered because like
Yeah.
Ichigo Kurosaki, that man is the truth. Like
Come on now.
all the man wanted to do was protect his fans and family. That's it. That's all he wanted to do.
He kind of wanted.
Did he succeed?
He kind of wanted to scrap too a little.
He
bit.
did. He did. Eventually.
At what cost?
He had his struggles.
Yeah.
He had his struggles. You know what I'm saying?
Where
He
his
had his
mom at?
ups and downs, much like life. Honestly, he was the most relatable out of the big three characters and MCs. He's the most relatable. But you know what? That's another discussion. for
That's
another
true,
day.
actually.
Anywho.
You're right. He is. When I think about it.
Anywho, back to what you were saying. But yeah, no, I think you are 100% correct. Where yes, all three of the animes of the big three, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, all of them are legendary in their own right.
Of course.
Right. The saying is like, Dragon Ball is the father of the big three. Right?
Yes.
Cool. Folks are saying nowadays that Bleach is actually the father of modern day animation.
Who was
Right.
folks?
A lot of folks.
I ain't heard that online. Did you make that up
yeah,
just
yeah.
now? I feel like you made that one up just now.
I was
No,
about to say.
no.
I seen
There
Demon-
have been there are several
I watched
discussions
Demon
and
Slayer.
everything, like,
Modern day
Right,
animation.
Right. And I believe there was an article and everything because I was watching a lot of shout out to Nick, right? MC Hammer and everything like that. Have y'all ever seen his videos on YouTube? There was one video I was watching and everything like that where he was sitting down and breaking down. And I think it was an episode of his Otaku podcast. Again, shout out to him. He's probably never gonna see this, but like if he does, y'all go watch his stuff, man. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I follow
but
him.
He was breaking down.
Yeah,
There was one conversation that he was breaking. Yeah, there was one conversation where he was breaking down. It was just like a lot of the creators for some of your favorite modern day animes like Demon Slayer, like Jujutsu Kaisen and everything like that. All of them got a lot of inspiration from Bleach.
Yes, true.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And they stated that. And
Yes.
they stated that, and that's where I'm drawing that comparison. Where it's like,
Okay.
yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
all
All right.
know,
Yeah, I see that.
we all know that the big three and a lot of animes that came out roughly around the same time with the big three drew a lot of inspiration from Dragon Ball. All I'm simply saying is that it's been stated on record that a lot of the authors and a lot of creators for the modern day animes that you guys love all stated that they drew a lot of inspiration from Bleach.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Black
that's what I'm
Clover.
saying. It's like you're
Yeah.
saying.
Demon Slayer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's like all three of the big three are legendary in their own right. However, and like I said, I alluded to this earlier on in this podcast episode. However, yes, they are legendary in their own right. However, their legacy has not reached the point where it eclipses all things Dragon Ball. Especially considering there's newer and newer Dragon Ball content that are still being released now today.
Okay.
Shout out to Dragon Ball Daima, where we actually got a canon version of,
Super
or at least
Saiyan
a
4.
main timeline version of Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah. Just
Which
a
is
red-
very faithful to the original concept, other than
is.
like a
I
couple of
mean,
different
It
colors.
was really just the
I
red
agree.
hair was the only real big difference, I think.
I mean, I do have one thing though.
What you got, Truth, man? You about to piss me off. You ain't even said it yet.
Out of all the things that the big three have done, none of the big three is as stupid as Goku was when he handed Cell that sensu bean.
Hold on. First of all, time out. Let's really talk about that really quickly, y'all, because we're on the last talking point anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so
Now
hold on. Okay, cool. So correct me if I'm wrong. So you're saying that nobody in the big three was as dumb when Goku handed Cell, right? The Goku handed Cell the sensu bean, correct? Now,
To go
mind
beat
you,
up his son.
hold on. Now, mind you,
we gotta-
hold
we gotta
on. Now, mind you, if I remember correctly, Crispy, correct me if I'm wrong. Cell kind of came out. He was this weird android and stuff, and Piccolo was fused with Kami and all this stuff, and they was boxing, giving good hands, right? And then Vegeta, he got his ass whooped by Android 18. He's like, I'm a man, and he wouldn't train for like a year in the time chamber, and then came back out, right, benching 450 or something, right, something crazy, right, and then came out, pulled up, and beat the dog shit out of Cell. Correct me if I'm wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong. He let Cell reach his perfect form, correct? Don't get me wrong, right? We can also blame Krillin as well too. Nobody's negating that, right? But you have the audacity to try to call out Goku as if it wasn't a team effort. They got all of them into the situation where the world was essentially in the hands of a fucking android, right?
But I mean, is
that wrong?
You're kind of proving my point a little bit.
No. You said Goku. You said Goku.
But I'm saying, what show in the big three had an instance of events?
Okay.
I mean, I can think of a couple of different.
I can think of
Luffy.
Naruto. I can think of Luffy.
I can think of a couple of different ones in Naruto.
Go ahead.
I can
Go
think of
ahead,
several
Crispy.
in Bleach too.
Go ahead, Crispy.
No.
No. Let him go off. Yeah, you wanted an answer. Go ahead and answer him, Crispy.
Okay, so like Orochimaru
Ooh.
in general, third Hokage, definitively strong. Strongest shinobi there ever was in his prime. Actively chose to let Orochimaru walk.
Yep.
When he could have just packed him up right there, preventing any and everything that Orochimaru did, destroying the village.
Right.
But you also got to take into
That's one.
consideration.
Hold on. That's one.
That's one. That's what you said. Just a couple. Okay, that's one. That's cool.
Hold on.
Everything revolving the Uchiha massacre.
Tobirama.
I'm gonna let that one. I'm gonna let you just sit on that one right there because, like, honestly, it could have just been like one small decision that could have had Danzo either his tongue cut out or packed up. In general, Uchiha massacre wouldn't have happened. Everything regarding the Uchiha massacre, cool. So that's another.
It needed to
one.
happen.
I mean, in some aspects, yeah,
what
you're right.
are we talking about?
In some aspects and everything like that, I can see where you're coming from, where you're saying, oh, the Uchiha massacre needed to happen. But you gotta understand, like, the meat and potatoes, you push everything else to the side. Danzo orchestrated that whole entire thing by spreading some lies.
But I mean, you also got to take
That
into
all
consideration.
all Hiruzen had to do was put Danzo in check, and that would have been done with the situation. But he didn't. I'm just saying.
But look, they righted their wrong.
How?
Goku said, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave this to my son. Watch my son get beat up and then die in front of his son."
Cool. That's crazy. Because you know what's even more crazy would be like, I don't know, I'm like a 16-year-old pirate, for example, right? And then I get into it with this cat, right, who can turn their body into smoke, right? And it's proven on several occasions that is a horrible matchup for me. But when I get the opportunity to let this nigga die, I send my right-hand man to go in the water and get him, right? Which would have ended a lot of problems moving forward in the future to rescue him. That's crazy, right? Because who would do that? Who would do that? And then we can't even say, oh, he wouldn't have killed Luffy, because we know for a fact if it wasn't for Dragon, right, pulling up on Smoker, right, that, season 1 would have been a hell of a lot shorter of One Piece.
I mean, it would have.
Exactly. So that's kind of weird to do, right? You would agree with that, Truth?
No, but again, you gotta understand that he want to pack him up.
Yeah, no, he didn't want to pack him up. He wouldn't have been packing him up. He would have just let him die. It's completely different. Killing somebody and letting somebody die are two different things.
But he not that type of person.
Oh, he's not the type of person? He's not the type of person that would sacrifice his crew and put his crew in potential danger? Sorry.
So where is this argument going?
Nowhere. That's where it's going. Truth just started
I feel like it's utter.
No, it is going somewhere. It is going somewhere.
Okay, all right.
Test the patience of short and crispy.
You know what?
Oh, okay. Hey, look, I said my piece regarding Naruto. I could name a couple of examples in Bleach.
I got plenty more in the chamber, bro.
I'm just saying, it's like there's a couple of different things that kind of happened in Bleach that honestly, if they played out a little bit different, Bleach's story would have been just like, we chilling, right? But that's neither here nor there.
I thought we were talking about things that are relevant.
I mean, we are.
We are.
And we are. And the fact that you said that,
Bleach is
saying
relevant.
That, insinuate. Exactly,
how is Bleach not relevant?
My point.
How is Bleach not relevant?
Okay, so
Crispy, he's doing it.
The point that we were trying to make. I know he's doing it. That's what I'm saying. I'm moving forward with this conversation. The original point where it's like the big three are all legendary in their own right. However, their legacy hasn't eclipsed the legacy that is Dragon Ball yet. Right? We can all agree on that statement, hopefully. Right?
That's
yes.
I'm looking at y'all,
yes,
chat. Right?
Yes.
Am I right in that statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
I mean,
I'm gonna throw this chair. I'm gonna throw this chair.
I mean, it has.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now we come to our favorite part of the podcast, where we actually want to invite viewer questions and everything, and sit down and discuss them.
Yeah, I want to fight Truth.
I know there was
Can I ask that question?
There's a couple. Hold on. No, you can't. There was a couple of questions that I saw Shanair actually ask in the chat that I do want to address. Shanair, I really do hope you actually wrote down those questions that I told you to put.
I have one pinned
earlier.
Don't say shit.
Oh,
You have one pinned?
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right, bet. What was the question?
It better be a real question, no trolling.
It was what was more popular, Naruto Storm Series or Budokai Tenkaichi?
Oh, I did remember that. Oh, go ahead, Crispy. I know you got it.
Hey. Oh, see. Oh. That one's tough.
That is hard, bro. That's hard,
Simply
bro.
because us. I will say this. Budokai Tenkaichi series walked so that the Naruto Storm series could
run. That's true.
I'm sad to say that Sparking Zero didn't hit as hard as I thought it would, considering it brought back a lot of the same elements that we enjoyed from Budokai Tenkaichi back in the day, right? And everything like that. But that was also during a time of gaming where gaming was a little bit more,
simple,
for lack of a better term, simple.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? That the Budokai Tenkaichi series was a party game first and foremost, right? And so you introduce a party game element to an era of gaming where it's all about min-maxing, trying to be as competitive as possible with any and everybody around the world. where pretty soon everybody's gonna implore the same strategy because the same strategy is always working, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? It gets boring, right? And that's what kind of ended up happening with the competitive scene for Sparking Zero, and it died out very, very, very quickly.
Right.
The storyline, though, I will say, is very entertaining for Sparking Zero. It was hard. Even on the lowest difficulty setting, the storyline was actually pretty hard.
Yeah, it was.
Which I thought was very refreshing. I enjoyed it. But at this point, I would definitely say that the Storm series, as much as I don't like this, mind you, I don't like the Storm series.
Right.
I'll tell anybody to this day, and I will die on this hill. My favorite Naruto games of all time is the Rise of a Ninja series.
Ooh.
Be that as it may, the Storm series has definitely eclipsed the gaming world in popularity.
True.
In terms for the Storm series versus Budokai Tenkaichi.
You want my take on it?
Yeah.
First and foremost, it's not even close.
What?
Storm Series takes it easy. Well, let me explain to you. Storm Series takes it easily though, and here's why I say that. Because during the times back when Budokai Tenkaichi was out,
okay,
the anime community wasn't as vast as it was.
Yeah.
For when the Storm series was, especially when Storm 3 and Storm 4 dropped, the anime community was a lot more vast in comparison to when Budokai Tenkaichi was releasing.
Okay, that's fair.
And considering that the question was which one was more popular, because if we're going off of nostalgia vibes of when it was like our childhood, teenage years, and stuff like that, of course we're gonna say Budokai Tenkaichi.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
we want to say that easily, like hands down, because just the effect that it had for us within that point in time, like not really much could compare to it in regard of like games like of that nature. Like that was the top tier of that time. And I'm sure you guys can agree as well. Well, I wouldn't say like best of the best, but like it was one of those go-to games to play.
When he phrases it like that, I have to admit, as much as it pains me, he
right, and that's what I'm saying. I don't like the fact that the Storm series is actually better than the Budokai Tenkaichi series.
No,
I have my own issues with the Storm series, right? If y'all really want to know, we can sit down and discuss it and everything like that. But be that as it may, I cannot deny the numbers. I can't. Like, the Storm series is still one of the more popular downloaded games on Steam today.
It is.
Like if we're talking about personal impact though,
no,
I'd say Budokai Tenkaichi over Storm series easily. I'm not even. Like, it's no debate for me personally.
However, I will say this. I will say this. Where the Budokai Tenkaichi series kind of fell off and everything like that, Dragon Ball Xenoverse has kind of picked up. Hey.
It did.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse is doing its own thing, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it became Dragon Ball Xenoverse was the one game that was just purely fiction and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Purely fiction that became so popular that it made itself canon in the entire world of Dragon Ball.
You right, Kaylee.
I'm just saying, the Dragon Ball Xenoverse franchise became so popular to a point where it made itself canon.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
So it's just like, okay, all right, that's cool.
So we're gonna say,
but
that Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm would win over.
Yeah, it's more popular.
In comparison,
more popular. Sorry.
The Storm series is definitely more popular than the Budokai Tenkaichi series.
I have to agree, because as much as I love Tenkaichi, I'll say I've bought like 4 of the Ultimate Ninja Storm, and all the motherfuckers play the exact same. You just got different characters, but I still loved it every single time. And I'm nice. Like I said, I'm nice on the sticks too. Anybody wonder
Here's another question though. What you got?
Storm
Series or Hinokami Chronicles?
Ooh, so
I
it
haven't
those
played
that's
it.
not fair. That's not fair. They're different. They're different. They're
Why are
different
they?
but the same. They're different but the
How?
same. They're
I was
different
gonna say
but the
how.
same. Because it's the same engine. First of all, I've told you that. When I got I did not say Hinokami Chronicles, I said that too. I was like, yo, this is so familiar. And it took me like a couple of hours of playing it. I was like, yo, this is the exact same as the Naruto games back in the day. And I was like, it's exactly the same. Even the being able to fight multiple opponents and story mode and stuff like that, it's exactly the same, right? Um, I would say that they took, again, it's the same thing. They took
Yeah.
something that was already there and just kind of, well, you know what though? I take that back. I can't even
Now,
lie.
would you say they improved it, or would you say it stayed the same?
It stayed the
just now
same.
with
I ain't gonna lie. I
different-
played that game all the way
different-
through. It's
different
exactly the
anime.
same.
I will say this. Because I'm assuming we're talking about the new Demon Slayer
Yeah.
arena
Well,
fighter game, right?
Not just
No.
not just the most recent one, both.
Yeah, the Hinokami
Okay.
Komi Chronicles
Okay.
1 and 2.
So
Like, all storms,
I will
all
say-
Ninja Storms,
yeah.
all Hinokami
Yeah.
Chronicles. If you haven't played one of
yeah,
them,
so
or if you haven't
I
played
will
both,
definitely say the Hinokami Kagura, what's it called? That game series.
Hinokami Chronicles.
It
Yeah.
it hasn't been around long enough yet for me to definitively give that a fair assessment.
Yeah, that's fair. If you played it,
I
though,
think, and here's the thing, I think why the Hinokami Chronicles are so popular right now is simply because it's riding the high that Demon Slayer is kind of one of the more talked about animes right now because of the movies.
True. And most video game animes suck, anyways. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's just like, let's have
One
this
Piece game.
conversation where
Bleach
yeah, I was just
versus Soul.
gonna say, let's have this. Yeah. I was gonna say, let's have this conversation in terms of like when the hype behind Demon Slayer kind of just like takes a step back and everything, and then we can reevaluate some of these games and everything like that. The Hinokami Chronicles, it seems fun. I don't own it because again, I'm broke, but it seems fun. Like it looks like a game that I'd probably get down. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I won't be good at it.
Right.
So if y'all expecting me to play it and become like a deity level threat and everything, that's not happening at least right away.
I'm actually pretty
It's gonna
good.
take me like 45 years in the hyperbolic time chambers for me to actually get some sort of degree of thumbs. But as it stands, right, we really can't give it a fair assessment simply because right now Demon Slayer is one of the most talked about franchises, period, right now.
Alright, so now, follow-up
Well-
question.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you and these questions.
We can safely say without argument that out of the big three, Naruto has the best games.
Yes, and I'm
Oh yeah,
very
easily.
upset with it.
Yeah, easily.
I'm very upset.
Nah, you're
I'm
close.
very upset with it, and not for the reason that you may think. I am upset with it simply because there is so much money to be made from just titles with the big three. in
That
terms of,
one
like,
Piece
potential
game I
games.
heard was really good though.
Which
The,
one?
the open
World
world
Seeker?
one, I heard the open world one
World
was
Seeker.
pretty good.
World Seeker was amazing.
Yeah, so
Bleach
that,
has a
Seeker
game.
was amazing.
Rebirth of Souls
And I-
in there.
Yeah, Bleach.
yeah, Bleach does have.
Bleach
Yeah,
has
yeah,
several
yeah.
games.
Bleach definitely has a game.
Bleach
I was
has
gonna say,
several
I
games.
think
There was
Like,
even a
they're
more.
not as
Yeah,
talked about.
the more recent one that just came out that was pretty good.
Yeah, nah, Bleach has several games and everything like that. I think everybody's is just trying to hop in on the bandwagon of like more Mortal Kombat style games for animes like the big three, right? When honestly, as a shonen fan, as a fan of the big three, all we really want is a game like One Piece World Seeker,
Yeah, I need to.
right?
I need to get that game. I
Where
heard it was good.
we as like fans of the franchise
Right.
get to actually explore the world that we actually fell in love with all of these years.
Mhm.
Right? For me, Naruto Rise, and this is one of the reasons why I love Naruto Rise of a Ninja and Naruto A Broken Bond so much. Those were amazing in terms for really allowing the player to experience, not just play the world of Naruto, really experience what the world of Naruto is like. One Piece World Seeker did that exact same thing for One Piece. I don't know what Bleach's problem is. Like I said, there's way too much money to be left on the table for folks just to not do it, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me upset. Right? It really makes me upset. Like, not every anime game has to be a Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter-esque game. Not every single one of them has to be like that. But for whatever reason, that's what we're getting, and it pisses me off. I don't appreciate it.
Carly, I will say that's a solid question. Was Light Yagami a villain, and if so, who was the true hero?
Yes, he was a villain.
If you're asking me, I'd say yes, he was a villain, and the true hero, in my opinion, I'd say was L.
Yep.
And then, but Nier just picked up the pieces after L.
Yeah.
And I feel like Death Note's actually a very, very good and a story of where the hero doesn't necessarily win.
Nope.
And but also at the same time, what the hero left behind,
his legacy,
ended up leading to the success of the person that came up next.
True, and I'll say this. I'll add you one because I'm also reading Shanair's actual comment, and it makes a little bit more sense. And I'm coming from the concept of specificity of terminology. Ooh, hey, I got that right. You're right. There really wasn't a hero in a hero sense in the world of Death Note. Light Yagami was definitely the main antagonist.
Yeah.
And L was the main protagonist, right?
True.
L did a lot of good, but it wasn't for an heroic sense, right? Like
what do you mean?
Doing his job.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean?
He was just doing his job.
No.
He was doing his job.
No, he literally put his life. Well, first of all, let's point it out. Yes, the main antagonist was Light, right, and then the protagonist, right, was L. Right? I'm talking about like a hero, like a gallant knight in shining armor. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
No, but like,
that's what he means when he says hero or something like that.
How did you ask him?
No, but you got it, Sean. I actually gotta kind of agree. I get what you're saying, but also I understand what Crispy's saying. It's not like L was doing it for some the reason of why he was doing it was because it was his job. It wasn't for any any reason, basically saying oh, he's putting himself in that position just because he wants to make the world a better place. It's literally the job, that's his job. That's what he's doing for his day to day.
And he's good at it. Don't get me wrong. He's very good at it.
I understand what you're saying.
And that's all choices that he made. I'm not taking anything away from L. I'm just saying he's just not all holier and endowed.
But his job puts his life in danger, though.
His job consistently puts his life in danger. Even when he first confronted Light in their first interaction, if we want to talk about it, he didn't know whether or not Light could kill without having an actual face or a name, though, and he still took a chance. He still took a chance, right?
I understand, but
and he sacrificed his life.
Okay, again, I get it. I understand.
So what's more heroic than that?
No, I mean, he not necessarily that
he gotta act like All Might.
He did some. No, but he
hey,
I'm just asking, bro. I'm just asking, bro.
Well, I mean, but also to that degree, you can also make the argument as people see police officers as heroes.
Yeah.
So
there's bad police officers, there's good police officers, but there's police officers that run and take bullets for civilians every single day. Right.
No, but again, that's what I'm kind of saying. There's there's kind of different. I wouldn't say different levels to heroism, but I guess for lack of a better term, kind of in that nature.
Yeah, I would say this. And this will probably not help me clarify what I'm trying to say in the slightest, but I'm gonna say it anyway, just on the off chance you kind of get what I'm saying. L was heroic.
Yeah.
That does not necessarily or inherently make him a hero.
Oh my god, bro! We're just arguing semantics at this point, bro. What are we doing,
I mean,
dog?
I can pretty much
Was Endeavor a hero? Was Endeavor ultimately a hero?
But I mean, but that's literally a show about heroes.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Oh no, I get what you're saying.
Though.
But
See,
again,
thank you. I see. Like,
You know what I mean. Did he have a lot of fucking problems?
Anyway,
yes.
any case.
But also,
any
you gotta
case.
understand.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Crispy. I'm sorry.
No, finish your thought, True.
Oh, I was gonna say, but also in regard, like, we're not gonna act here, like, sit here and act like heroes are all perfect people.
No,
As much
yeah,
as they're
no.
portrayed to be, but like again, so like Endeavor was a hero. We can give him that. Was he a perfect and model hero?
Hell no.
Absolutely not. He had his flaws.
Yep.
He had the things that he needed to improve on, in which he actually took time in his life to try to correct those faults that he had.
Yep.
Hey,
So,
the
like-
fact that you called me Christy, Carly, that's wild. That's a wild statement.
I'm about to go and change his name.
So now I got another
You better
question.
not. You better not.
I got
We're
another
taking
Alright, I'm
fewer
sorry.
questions, but all right.
sorry.
We know
I'm sorry.
we know that we can't take anything away from the big three, and the big three are hard set of what they are.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty common question too. If we were to list 3 modern day anime,
I knew this was coming.
where are we? What 3 are we putting?
Like for like the new. Oh, and this actually kind of ties into my question that I said I wanted to talk to you guys about. But we're talking about like a new generation big three. That's what we're talking about.
Like, let's put it like this. We can have one of the 2010s, and now we can have one of the 20s, since we're already we're pretty much more than halfway through the 2020s.
Right. So again, we're talking about the next gen 3 essentially. Shout out to Tracy
Well,
Allen,
two
he's
diff-
the one that coined
Two
that
different
term.
sets. Two different sets.
Oh, so
The
okay.
10s, and then the 10, like from 2010 to 2020.
I would
more-
still say
yeah.
I would still say I would still say like
I mean, yeah, they're there, but I'm saying like as things that have released, like they like started within the 2010s type of, not necessarily.
I was gonna
that
say
they-
like the world was still in a chokehold during that time of the big
with
three.
the big three. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no,
it
for sure. But
was,
that's
yeah.
that's
the
why
world,
I'm saying
the world
that
was still in a
started.
chokehold. But if you had to start this, right? If you had to start that conversation, and
Right.
I'm kind of glad because again, we alluded to this in an earlier podcast episode and everything like that. Starting in the 2010s, if you had to put an anime for the big three, for the new big three, for the new generation 3, I think the ball starts with Sword Art Online. Hate it or love it. I think the ball starts with Sword Art Online. It at least needs to be brought into the conversation.
Now, would you put that in a Dragon Ball sense?
No.
How Dragon
Well,
Ball was to the big three? Or would you put that as an actual one of the big three?
No. I think yes. I would, in a sense, as much as Dragon Ball is to Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, I would say Sword Art Online is to a lot of the newer animes that we actually know and love, simply because Sword Art Online was legitimately like the first anime that kind of kicked off the modern era of how we do animation and how we go about making animes the way we know it. We're not even going to sit here and deny the type of impact that first season of Sword Art Online had on us,
Okay.
especially when it dropped. We can't sit out here and just simply ignore the fact that like the entire world was temporarily broken free of the chokehold that is the big three when Sword Art Online was first released.
And just to preface it, this is the 10. We haven't touched base on the 20s yet.
Correct.
Just for a chat.
We are simply talking about that. So I would say like the conversation definitely starts with Sword Art Online, right? hate it or love it now, right? Especially because, again, anime is again evolved and everything like that. Storylines have become a lot more complex or simple, right? Depending on like what studios and everything like that is doing their thing, right? The ball starts with Sword Art Online. Without Sword Art Online, a lot of the things that we know and love about anime just simply, it would take, I wouldn't say it would not be, I'd say it would take a little bit longer for us to reach that point. Right, Sword Art Online is kind of the gateway, right? From Sword Art Online, the new generation, and I think Sword Art Online kind of stands on its own, right? But then the conversation then shifts, where like after a small brief period, then we get shows like My Hero Academia,
there we
Demon
go.
Slayer, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and then yeah, I would definitely say Jujutsu Kaisen at that point, right?
No,
because
no Attack on
Chainsaw.
Titan?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, Attack on Titan.
And for me, it
No,
would be
right.
Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and then I would probably do, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Right?
I say Jujutsu
Right,
Kaisen.
and I'm not even like, the only reason why I'm hesitating is simply because like there are a lot of good shows that came out in such close proximity, right?
Yeah.
We're just gonna name off a few. Attack on Titan had the world in a chokehold for several years. Don't get me wrong, right? We have Demon Slayer that has the world in a chokehold now, right? Jujutsu Kaisen, you know, it's doing its thing.
Yep.
Jujutsu Kaisen is doing its thing. Do not get me wrong. Black Clover.
Ooh, I knew you was gonna say Black
Started off
Clover.
rough.
I knew you was gonna say Black Clover, bro.
Hey, look, Black Clover started off rough, but like once it started hitting, bro, it hit
hard.
It was throwing haymakers ever since. Okay, right? Then we get into more modern day anime like Frieren, right? Which is an amazing show.
Would
right?
you
in
put?
and of its own
But
right.
Freeman was kind of. It only has one season.
So
and
far,
it
yeah, we
was
can't put it.
in
We can't put
2010s.
that in the big three.
Right,
yet.
right. I'm just saying. Like, I'm simply saying it's just like, right, Frieren, as little as we know about Frieren in terms for like its overall story and everything like that, and as little as episodes that's been out, Frieren still has had a huge impact. Right?
Oh,
We're not
sure.
gonna sit up here and like deny the fact that Frieren was the one show that usurped Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood for what list was it? One of the greatest animes of all time, something along those lines.
Right.
Right. We're not gonna sit up here and just like say that Frieren didn't do that, because Frieren did that. Right? That put a whole lot of concern. I wouldn't say Chainsaw Man.
No, hell no.
I would not say
Oh,
Chainsaw Man is in this
Chainsaw Man's
conversation.
too early.
Nor would I say Don Da Don.
I love
Don
Don Don, but no,
Don
yeah.
Da Don I wouldn't
Right.
even put in 2010s.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even put Don Da Don in 2010s.
it's way
Right.
too recent.
Right. I wouldn't even. Same thing with JoJo's. JoJo's is good. JoJo's is a good show.
started before
JoJo's
20.
JoJo's is memorable and everything like that, but like JoJo's is not in this conversation. I'm sorry. Right? It's just the same. It's the exact same scenario as like, yes, Full Metal Alchemist and Yu Yu Hakusho are great, but they're still not the big three.
No, they're not. They're not. It wasn't because they didn't
Right.
do numbers like the big three did. That's the big thing. Like it's like you say whatever you want. The big three is the big three because they was doing big motherfucking numbers, bruh. I'm sorry. I love Yu Yu
Right.
Hakusho. I've told you that. I've told you how much I love
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho. It's one of my favorite animes from like the 90s, right? Top tier, solid message, but they weren't doing numbers, and that kind of tracks because when we think about it, a lot of people don't know this. Again, showing my age, but Yu Yu Hakusho didn't air to its entirety on Toonami. It got cut right after the Dark Tournament arc. It got cut. There's like a whole nother long ass arc after the Dark Tournament arc, and it just
Hey,
just got cut.
look. Just because I haven't personally seen JoJo's, okay, that
Who
doesn't
said that?
necessarily mean everybody's clowning me in the chat because I haven't seen JoJo's. I've still followed the numbers though. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and deny the impact that JoJo's has had, right?
Have you seen JoJo's? In truth,
I've seen a
I've
couple
seen
of
JoJo.
episodes.
I've seen up to.
I haven't religiously watched the series.
I've
finished
tried,
Golden
bro.
Wind. I
It's
haven't
so
seen it.
weird. It's so weird.
It's a.
It's not for everybody. I'll say this. It's not. It's a show. It's not a show for everybody.
I'm trying, bro.
JoJo is very eccentric, but it is very entertaining.
No, I didn't mean it like. It's.
No, I get you.
It's a struggle,
it's
bro.
like you kind of got to get past it. It's like one of those
Right.
things.
And like I said, I'm not gonna sit up here and deny the impact. Like, no, JoJo's has definitely had an impact. Right.
No,
right.
but I will say
It's
there's a lot of, and when I say a lot of anime, I mean people don't fully understand how many shows have JoJo references. And when people literally say that everything's a JoJo reference, they are not kidding.
It's up there
They
for
are
certain.
not
For sure.
kidding.
But yeah, getting back to my point. But again, like I said, we have so many like really, really, really good shows that are coming out in just such close proximity to one another. It's very, very, very hard to just pick 3 of them. But if I had to, the new gen big 3 of the 2010s. Again, the buck starts with Sword Art Online. That's the focal point. That's the doorway. That's the gateway, right?
Okay.
After you get past Sword Art Online, I would honestly have to say, in the 2010s, you have to put My Hero Academia in there.
Period.
You have to. I can't actually, in good faith, put Demon Slayer in this conversation because Demon Slayer is popping off now.
Demon Slayer's been popping up since it came out. I'm not even a huge Demon Slayer fan. But it's
no.
Been,
I'm saying like
no.
Oh, actually, wait, no. Actually, Crispy does have a point.
What do you mean he has a
didn't
point?
Really,
It
didn't really pop till 2018 when it started.
Demon Slayer popped when it first came out. What are you talking
No,
about?
well, was it? Well, but it came out closer to the end of 2010s.
2019.
Like, what was it? Because I want to say, wait, like it was like 2018, 2019.
2019. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's you said 2010s. That's fair, right?
No, but you also.
I would
now
definitely
taking
say
the
like,
impact that it had in the 2020s and putting it into the fact of it being.
Bro, you say what you want. Demon Slayer. Here's something, and let me make this very clear before I say this. I'm not a huge Demon Slayer fan. I rank it as a B, a solid B anime.
Cool.
But Demon Slayer is the most influential current anime out right now.
We're not in the current era. We're talking about 2010s.
I'm just saying. So how can you? But you said 2010s. It came out 2019. That counts.
Okay.
It's,
fair enough.
But
Fair
its
enough. All right, whatever.
main didn't really like kind of put it like this. Would you say that Kobe?
No, hold on. I got the perfect rebuttal.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was
about to say. Hold on. I got a perfect example.
Okay.
Would you say that Kobe?
Oh, yeah.
Would you say that Kobe was one of the best players in the 90s? Got drafted the year he got drafted. Would you say he's one of the best players in the 90s?
I mean, his first year, no, but I mean, like.
No, but out of the time he had in the 90s playing as a basketball player, would you say that he was one of the would you say he's a top 5 player within the 90s?
Oh, don't. That's. I know. I see where you're going with this argument. Okay. All right. I will give you this. That is a solid argument. I have no argument to counter this. No. You're right.
Hold on.
You're right.
To also acknowledge the fact of what you were saying.
Okay.
No,
You're right. I'm wrong.
Demon Slayer is literally the first thing I'm putting in 2020s. Like for if what I'm classifying as the big 3 of the 2020s, Demon Slayer is literally the #1 spot. I will say that without.
Okay, that's fair. That's what I'm saying. You made a. I'm not gonna lie. That was a valid argument. That was a very well worded argument. I had no comeback for that. I was like, you know what? Listen, you know what?
Bad that he can't come back from that.
I couldn't, and I'm a Kobe fan, and I couldn't say shit. I was like.
But I would say, like I said, if we're talking about in the 2010s though, like I can't put in, like I said, because Demon Slayer really like took off. Like I understand the show was great, The show is great when it first released in 2019. Don't
Yeah,
get me
no.
wrong. Right? There was a lot of shows that were released in 2019 that were also fighting to make their mark. Demon Slayer beat them all out and just like elevated the game in 2020.
Yeah.
Right? That's the simple point that I'm trying to make.
That's valid.
But in terms
you
for
see the
like
you see the hoodie I'm wearing.
Right.
right. But in terms for like 2010 anime where you unless like I said, you have to put the My Hero Academia in there. You have to. You have to.
You put an argument.
You have to put Black Clover in there as well.
It's good. I'll put that in the argument. Yeah.
I would say Black Clover, Attack on Titan,
JJK,
Black Clover,
Demon
Attack on
Slayer.
Titan. Well, just for my big three, I would say I would put Attack on Titan, Black Clover, and then My Hero Academia for the big three of the 2010s.
Okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't put JJK because the simple fact of it. I feel like that's.
Oh, it did come out in 2020.
Another thing of
JJK did come out in 2020.
It's not
did it?
Right. As far as the legacy of like anime impact in 2020s to present day, Demon Slayer is number one.
Yes.
Right now, definitively, Demon Slayer is number one.
Yeah.
Say what you want. It is what it is. Like
It is
what it is. The numbers speak for themselves. As far as the other two shows, now we can bring in shows like Solo Leveling,
right? Freerun.
Right. Now we can bring in shows like Freerun. Now we can bring in shows. I'm just throwing it out there just to give an example. I'm not saying this is my pick, but Sakamoto Days.
Okay, all right. That's not what I thought you was gonna say. Yeah.
Right. But we can start talking about those shows that were released in like the 2020s, right, and everything like that. Demon Slayer got the world in chokehold.
Still to this day.
Schnare.
I would not put Chainsaw Man.
I don't have
no,
any.
Chainsaw Man's not in the conversation. That shit is trash.
Chainsaw
is horrible,
Man
bro. That's not a good show.
Only has one movie and one season.
Yeah,
I put Solo Leveling over. I put Solo over Chainsaw Man.
Easily.
And to answer your question, Carly, because that is a good question. What really made the big three was the numbers that they put up in totality. This includes manga sales. This also includes anime viewers. Sure. Right. I would say that is a fair assessment. With that being said, I know the world was in a chokehold for a little bit, like a couple of months or something like that, when Chainsaw Man was first released. Doesn't compare to Demon Slayer, though.
No.
What does that have to do with anything, Schnare? Yes, Solo Leveling has 24 episodes so far.
I'll put it like this though.
Sorry.
If we're gonna compare Solo Leveling and Chainsaw Man has one season, which is, if I remember correctly, like 12 or 13 episodes.
Something like that.
And on top of that, then you include the Beze movie, which, if we're technically considering, what would we consider that? Episodes are typically like 23 minutes. The movie in itself was about like,
what?
I want to say like what? It wasn't even pushing 2 hours, or if it did, it like barely pushed over 2 hours. So that's like 6 or 7 episodes at most.
Episodes, yeah.
So that's 18 episodes in comparison to a 24.
I will, and honestly, Calypso, your list now
could even be pushing 20.
Demon Slayer,
that's actually pretty accurate.
Demon Slayer, JJK, and Solo Leveling. I would honestly say that's the most accurate.
Yeah, I agree.
2020s
right
now, if we're talking about the big new Gen 3, like for the entirety of modern anime, give me a second. Then for modern anime.
Whoa, rewind. Kaiju number 8.
I don't think it's made enough noise yet. And then when we talk about it, because think about the movie was just literally this first season, all in one movie. So I love Kaiju number 8. You know that, but
I love Kaiju number 8.
I can't put it on the same level as like Demon Slayer or JJK right now. I can't.
You telling Well, just ask yourself this question today: is Kaiju number 8 still in a lot of conversations that you have when it comes to anime-related topics today?
It's not.
Yes.
No, it's not. We didn't even bring it up in this entire argument.
I did.
Yeah, but it didn't come up naturally.
But you got to think of it in comparison, because
Nobody in the chat said it.
Solo has 2 seasons.
Nobody in the chat said it either.
Kaiju even has a movie, so it was bringing.
It is Kaiju's too new,
and it made.
Yeah, no, I love Kaiju.
No, I love it,
right? No,
but
I love it. Like
it's
one
just too
of the
new,
opening
bro.
theme songs. Nobody, y'all know. Nobody is kind of my theme song right now.
But oh my goodness.
But now we're talking. But here's the thing: we're talking anime. Solo Leveling doesn't really have what it does. Only reason because of of how heavily hyped the manga was, then carried into the anime.
That's true.
That's actually very true. And I'll say that I'm
Solo,
speaking from personal experience. That is very true.
And I will say, and I will even take this a step further. Let's pull Solo Leveling out of the conversation. I would definitely say Solo Leveling is the Dragon Ball for the modern big three, like of the 2020 era.
People got mad at me when I said that.
I mean, it kind of I mean, it could.
With the comparison to Dragon Ball and Solo, people got mad at me when I did
look, say what you want.
I said it was very, very
Solo
early
Leveling.
too.
Yeah. Say what you want. Solo Leveling is opening a lot of doors for a lot of Korean-based animes that are sweeping the anime scene by storm right now. What was another good one? That you were raving about not too long ago? Was it How to Be Hero X or something like that?
To Be Hero
X? It only has one season.
Hero X?
I wouldn't consider that.
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, isn't that a Korean-based anime? Like Solo Leveling?
I don't know. So. I haven't seen it.
There's another good show that's out there right now.
Rewind real quick. What about Vinland Saga?
No. As much as I love Vinland Saga, it's not in there.
I will put Vinland Saga in the same caliber as Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes.
It's a very good show. Not a lot of people are ready for it.
No. It's because of how the show... It's like... It changed so dramatic, which don't get me wrong, I love it, but it got to where it was off the first season because it was action packed. And I'm gonna avenge my father and all this crazy stuff. And then season prime example, I would compare season 1 of Vinland Saga to Forest Hill Drive, right? 2014 Forest Hill Drive for J. Cole's album, right? And then it's always, this is gas, And then the next album he comes out with, right, is For Your Eyes Only, which is essentially, this is essentially season 2 of Vinland Saga. It's a redemption story, right? You know what I'm saying? Him trying to repent and feeling bad and trying to find a different way, which I love that, but that's also because, I think I have made this comparison before, Shanair. Yeah, I think you're right. Because it really rings true, even to this day. But again, the way that it started isn't the way that it finished, and I think that's what bothered a lot of people with Vinland Saga, is that it wasn't what they were expecting. I was okay with the pivot, right? It didn't bother me, but I could see somebody being younger and really just wanting a lot of action-packed, kind of moments and stuff like that, and then be like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's sorry and he ain't fighting and he don't want to do all of that. Like, it was literally 2 fights the entire second season. So I can see people not really putting it up there, and for that reason alone, I can't in good conscience put it up there. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Okay. I also want to correct a previous statement I made. Solo Leveling is not the Dragon Ball for the modern day. No, that title actually rightfully belongs to Tower of God.
The fuck?
Tower of God. Tower of God walks so that Solo Leveling can run. Nobody can change my mind. I know for a fact that Tower of God has
I appreciate y'all for allowing me to be a guest. Crispy.
But Tower of God. Hold on. Let me finish my statement.
Crispy don't be drinking alcohol, and he already drunk. So.
Who talks about? No one talks about Tower of God anymore. But Tower of God did have the world in a chokehold.
It did. I'll give you that. Yeah.
right, and then it passed. Okay, cool, right? We're still waiting on the next season of Tower of God. Cool. Solo leveling happening shortly after that.
Okay.
Look, me.
A lot more. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Wait.
But hey,
considering the fact though,
Yeah.
we can at least, because considering the fact that both of these shows have 2 seasons, you can throw Don into the mix.
oh my God, here we go.
I don't know if Don has made enough of a splash yet. Well, then if we're throwing Don into the mix, if that's the case, why not Mashal?
Y'all just reaching now. But hey, on a serious note, I would love to continue. I would love to continue this conversation.
Yeah, that is. It is 2 o'clock in the morning for y'all.
I was about to say we're pushing.
yeah, I would love.
We're pushing 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours almost. Yeah. So
hey, that's fair.
Yeah. Look, ain't nothing wrong. This was very, very juicy conversation.
It was. This was good. This was fun.
It was. This was a good conversation. I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all can call me trash if y'all want to. This is great.
This is fun. This is definitely fun.
And that's the whole point of this podcast series. First and foremost, please don't take what we're saying as like the end all be all truth.
No,
we're
not
only
at all.
stating our opinions. All right, we're just anime nerds that are very passionate about it. We come at things from all different angles just to discuss it, right?
I come from a rage baiting angle.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, he does. Again, this was just there might be a part 2. But I just want to preface this, even though I thought it was implied, but I do want to state this as a preface now. Right, again, we're just 3 anime nerds just talking about anime from different angles and perspectives, and just having some fun while enjoying this conversation. With that being said, I want to thank you all for just hanging out with us. I know it's a late episode tonight. This episode will be going live on our YouTube channel. Give it a couple months. We're still, editing our backlogged episodes.
Yes.
Right? But please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. These episodes will be coming out eventually, right? And if you guys have any more questions or anything like that in regards to topics you guys want us to discuss or anything, please by all means shoot us a message in Discord. Our own HSV Faith and Fandom podcast Discord is going to be coming soon. I'm making sure to make an announcement for that. But yeah, stay tuned, stick around, right? We enjoyed you guys, we love you guys, thank you guys so much. And I've done a lot of talking, so I'm gonna shut up now.
First and foremost, I appreciate y'all for both having me as a guest. I do plan to, if things allow it, to be more of a reoccurring guest. As we've had conversations before Faith and Fandom even started about me making my rounds. We've had that talk. So
for sure.
Definitely if my schedule aligns with it, definitely don't have an issue of being in partaking in Faith and Fandom. Yeah.
We definitely need some creamer in the coffee too. So, you know what I mean? Okay. But with all that said, though, folks.
Why'd you have to say it like that, bro?
Yeah, he knows what I mean. It's all love. But yeah,
they need a caramel swirl within this mocha.
Not what I was saying.
And thank you guys so much, man. We love you guys.
So much. We love y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay. We love y'all. Hope y'all have a lovely evening.